What it do? What it do? What it do? Hit that like button when y'all walk in. Say what's up. Ask me how I'm doing. Say what up. Hit the like button before we get this live started. Y'all know how it works. The quicker we do this, get this out the way. The likes, drop in, leave a comment, say what up. The quicker. There you go. Steve, what's good? There you go. There you go. That's what I want to see, my boy Steve. How you doing? I appreciate you subscribing to me, man. This is why I love you. Gonna love this channel, Steve, because when we go live, when more guys come in, we chat. You know, we go back and forth. So when you leave a comment, I don't just like this, just talk and just, have my own topic. I go back and forth. So I'm gonna wait till maybe a couple more people get in. This way they can see what you're saying. I can see you kind of knowledgeable about the game. Was good. Shot of best was good. We're gonna get it in. Yeah, on my live, I go back and forth. That's how the conversation start. I conversate with the people. I'm trying to get the my Zoom StreamYard up so we could just talk like that. But Steve had an interesting point. I had a live, and I did an upload the other days for those who listening. I did an upload and I said that Devin Booker, the Suns, I'm hearing Devin Booker. I know this for a fact. See, I'm trying to be careful, so I don't really want to stutter over my words. But some of you guys may be new to my channel. I'm introduced myself. My name is Doc. I have a podcast called The Beat 139. It's a popping podcast, and but we interview different guests. Also, I'm from Harlem, New York. I play ball. I know a lot of ball players. So I had some information earlier that day. A friend of mine who worked for the NBA, he worked with Adam Silver, been working there for years. We were just talking. He told me Devin Booker not too happy, and situation with Phoenix that I'm pretty sure we all know. Mississippi Dog was good. So I made a comment about Devin Booker to Finn. I said that he's not a number one on a championship team. And I said when I meant by passer, I'm glad that Steve corrected me. Not that he can't pass, period. He's a good passer for his position, but those passes, that's why I said I want Steve to realize you can't always go by stats. Because today's NBA, a lot of people got inflated stats like Harden and stuff. They have when you ball dominant and you get double team, you're kicking out and the guy pass it, it's easy shots. But what I mean by Devin Booker, he's not a number one guy on a championship team. And he see you later was good. Yeah, we got Steve on, Steve Holler. He new to the channel, him and Side of Best. He comment on my page, and he checked me with the Devin Booker situation. Steve, you free to leave a comment, Steve, and say what you had said for the people, because we all go back and forth. My channel is like different. We all talk like this. I'm trying to get the live up, the Zoom, this way we all can talk. My tie was good, bro. I'm here because of yesterday, Kevin Durant. Yeah. I said you can't always listen to the media. Banks was good. You can't always listen to the media. Kevin Durant don't like the media. Kevin Durant, I'm sure I can never sit there and say 100 because I'm not him. But I'm sure he's coming back. It's a fact. Him and Kyrie is coming back. Of course, he's gonna tell the media he don't fuck with the media like that. So you can't always go by with the media and say, oh, he's saying he don't rock with none of them. So I knew he was gonna say, Tone was good, Mr. Dilly. I knew he was gonna say he was not coming back because he don't rock with the media. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving coming back. Steve said, I haven't heard anything anywhere Devin Booker wants. He didn't, not publicly. He never said, see, maybe, I don't remember exactly what I said, but quietly, like with the move with his teammates, He's not happy in Phoenix. He keeps saying they need to make moves. He's been putting pressure on his management. It's not public. This is what I'm saying. Like I said, I have a guy, and I will not lie to you guys. You know what I mean? Y'all, if anybody been watching my channel years ago, I used to break a lot of news and stuff before. I don't do it as much now. But what I'm saying is, behind the scenes, he's not too happy in Phoenix. I will not lie to you. I don't just say things. I only have 200 something subscribers. All these guys here can verify me. Tone, Banks, see you later, Mississippi Dog. These guys can vouch for me. I'm not too into, like, I don't care about the numbers. I have to have a lot of views. We have a good time. Y'all can tell Steve and these guys, we have a good time doing what we do live. We go back and forth. We go back and forth, and you know, we give our trade you know, situation. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying he's not too happy in Phoenix, and I think he's trying to get his way into Minnesota. The amnesty clause, they still working on that. The amnesty clause, the reason why that's a hold up, the NBA, they don't want it to be a big, the amnesty rule, the owners want the amnesty rule, but they scared if the amnesty rule come in effect, it's going to draw super teams. It's going to draw a lot of super teams. Mississippi Dog said, I believe Booker will go to Minnesota. Yeah, he wants to. I'm telling you, when it come out, I'm telling you, I would not just say it just to blow smoke. Steve said they can add much of 26 million salary cap. They need a backup point. No, they need a point guard. Steve, they need a point guard. Why you said they need a backup point guard? They need a starting point guard. Devin, if you think Devin Booker is their point guard, is not what it is. Phoenix need a start, and I don't like Ricky Rubio as their point guard. You know who I think of fit, even if they keep you like Rubio? Steve, that's your opinion. I think they could do better at point guard. That's just my opinion. I think they could do. Daniel was good. Kevin Durant and Kyrie is returning. Believe me. I would never say 100% because I'm not them guys and I don't know them guys personally. But what I'm heard, and it was like, and I jumped on here and rushed. Y'all know I don't be doing live that early in the day. I did an upload. Kevin Durant is coming back. Bro, what about John Wall? He coming back? I heard John Wall coming back too. But I heard John Wall coming back too. John Wall will be back. The only reason John Wall the difference between Kevin Durant and John Wall is they don't feel the Wizards can get that spot. That may be the only thing with John Wall. Cash up Booker ain't enough. Banks, what you mean by Booker ain't enough? Mississippi Dog, they scared of the amnesty rule. Exactly. See, Mississippi Dog is on point. The owners, they want the amnesty rule because this way they save a lot of money. The NBA losing a lot of money as we speak. They need to get this money, and the best way to do it to get rid of one of them high salaries, but with that cause where these big contracts, guys like Chris Paul, John Wall, Kevin Love, all these big name guys start coming, and y'all know what's going to happen after that. They going to championship teams, and they're going to be super teams. The NBA don't want it. They like the way it is. Most teams got 2 all-stars. That's what it is. Steve said maybe they could do better at point guard. Only point guard free agency do better. Yeah. You a Phoenix, Steve, are you a Phoenix fan? I want to know if you're a Phoenix fan. Daniel said you think they keeping quiet because exactly they keeping quiet. They keeping quiet. They gonna just pop out and they watch. I know what I heard. They said Kevin Durant probably come. If y'all remember, this take me out of this for okay, you're a Phoenix fan. I definitely want to I like, let me see, Rubio, Booker, Oubre, Bridges, Ayton. You like, I don't think Bridges is good for y'all as a power forward. I think y'all need a better Booker. I mean, Bridges is more of a 3. I think Phoenix, you know who I think would be good for Phoenix? Kevin Love. Kevin Love. I think Kevin Love would fit good with Phoenix. What you think about that? I think Kevin Love would be good with Phoenix. Timberwolves need more than Booker. Yeah, but right now Timberwolves not in a good space right now. All right, Tone said KD, Kyrie, Jordan could be a problem. They could be a problem for the Raptors. That's the difference between Kevin Durant and John Wall. The Wizards, it's really if John Wall. That's why I ain't as strong on John Wall like that. Because when I heard it, I'm like, it makes sense for him coming back. Kevin Durant and them got a shot. He don't want to wait to the end of the season, maybe January. I told you, sure, but he makes a ton. How about Gallo? Gallo would be good for Phoenix. Gallo, but I don't think he rebound enough at that power forward. And I don't think he play enough defense to me. At a power forward, you kind of want – because good thing y'all got 8 in there, but you kind of want somebody a little more rugged. You know what I mean? And I think that Paul Millsap too old. If I'm Phoenix, I would not touch Paul Millsap. I go young boy. I really want Kyrie, KB to come back. Yeah, they gonna come back. Young CEO, what's good? How you doing, bro? Then who you think the Nets will be at the third star about Bill? They not trading Bill. They not trading Bradley Bill. Grant, what Grant you talking about, Steve? Grant, what Grant you talking about? The Nets, I don't think the Nets gonna get no Brad. Wizards keeping Bill. And I wouldn't be surprised if Cousins go to Washington. Washington, I think, can have Germany Grant. He exactly, yeah, he a good fit with them. But the thing about that, how much would you get Germany Grant? Phoenix got $26 million in cap space. How much money would you get Germany Grant? See, that's the key. He's good, but you don't want to start overpaying and put yourself in a bad position. Phoenix, y'all overpaid a lot of times. Come on, Grant make $9 million right now. He most likely gonna opt out his deal. See, that's the thing. Grant is a tricky play because this free agency not that good. You don't want to overpay. But if they use the amnesty rule and Kevin Love can go to Phoenix, I think it'd be good. You say, I'm sure he's telling the truth. I trust him. Young CEO, you trust who? Daniel, because I know they want a big 3. Yeah, they want a big 3, but Washington don't want to get rid of him. Woods, I think Woods benefit because he's on a bad team. I don't think Woods is the numbers. That's why I'm a guy. I don't look at strictly numbers. Oh, you trust me? Thanks. I appreciate that, young CEO. I appreciate that. Steve, we had a convo a while back. Sean Marion, Hall of Famer. I like that, Tone. Steve, you see what Tone put? Tone said we had a conversation back then. They said because Sean Marion said that he feels he's a Hall of Fame player. I said hell no, and I think Tone said hell no. A lot of guys on the channel said hell no. He wasn't a Hall of Famer. Sean Marion did nothing great. Like he did nothing, and not only that, he didn't have no big playoff moments. He was not like if you're gonna have a role player, that's in case you could put Robert Horry in. He had a lot of big playoff moments. And Sean Marion was never dominant. He was never top 5 at his position at any time in the NBA. If not Bill, who you could see the Nets getting, that'd be tough. The Nets in position to get good players because they got Spencer Dinwiddie and Caris LeVert and Jared Allen. They could dangle that and they in position. It depends who's going to be available. And you don't just want to just give them guys up just to give them up. Bill is a safe bet, but if I'm them, I wouldn't try to make a deal for no CJ McCollum. That would be going backwards. I would not do no CJ McCollum to Brooklyn. If I'm them. If I can't get Bradley Beal, I'll hold on to them guys. Young boy problem, much love. I respect your craft. I appreciate that, young CEO. You know what I'm saying? I'm just out here working. Miami, Toronto, and Cleveland weren't in good spots. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Steve. Mississippi Dog. Lakers gonna pay Boogie. I want Boogie back, but he got to get a minimum deal. Nobody gonna give him top. He had 3 major injuries back to back, like the 3 of the worst injuries you can have as a basketball player. Marion was good. I'm not saying it was good, but Hall of Fame is something different. When you a Hall of Fame, you know a Hall of Fame when you looking at a player and you be like, damn, he great. Like when you watching him. Marion never a Hall of Fame sticks out. To me, a Hall of Fame is a Hall of Fame player. Soon, if I throw somebody's name, everybody's probably yeah. Once it start debating, it's not. It's not. Sean was one of the 3 or 4 option on that's another thing. But you never need an option for him. I'm not saying a Hall of Fame is another level. Like I said, he's good, but not no Hall of Fame player. Sean Marion is not no Hall of Fame player. Oh, yeah. No, Klay Thompson underrated, Daniel. Klay Thompson's underrated. I like him. No, we all know, Steve, we all know he was never the first or second option, but he was not no Hall of Fame player. Exactly. You see what young CEO said? A Hall of Fame player, you know a Hall of Fame player so when you see them. To me, Chauncey Billups was not no Hall of Fame player. He went to every team. Hall of Fame player, you had to be you should at least been in a conversation for the MVP of the league. At least. If you play all them years, you should at least been top 5, at least, in voting an MVP. He never had an MVP or close to an MVP type season. He's a good player. You can accept him as being a good player, but he's not no. Eric was good. My boy Eric is on now. Phoenix a bad franchise. They just suck. Eric, Steve Holler, he's a Phoenix fan. He new to the chat. He's a Phoenix fan. He knowledgeable. What I like about Steve know his shit. You know, as long as people know their shit, that's why we all can agree to disagree. Steve know about basketball, Eric, but that's just what it is. Daniel, to me, who wanted to Daniel? Who you talking about right now? When you said the best 2-way guards in the league, who you talking about, Daniel? Phoenix was a great franchise. Yeah, Phoenix. They had some good teams. I watched them back in the days, and they had Walter Davis, Alvin Adams. They had like runs, but the thing with these owners, they keep making these. Robert Sarver is cheap. He's real cheap. And Phoenix, how can you be cheap in a place like Phoenix? You got warm weather all year. They got beautiful land and everything out there. Like that's Phoenix, a place where players wouldn't mind playing for. So him being cheap is one, but 2, these general managers, they make mistakes all the time. They keep overpaying players. You can't overpay for the wrong player. If I'm a GM and it's free agency, and I got a player, and let's say my player won a max contract, and I feel he not worth a max contract, and I might could get a player cheaper, and the player might be a little less, but do close to what that player doing, I'm going the cheaper route. Because in the long run, yes, I agree with you, young CEO. Rest in peace, George Floyd. I appreciate that, young CEO. Oh, Klay Thompson. Oh, yeah, Klay. My bad, Daniel. Yeah, Klay is, man, Klay to me, yeah. Clay is official. I like Trey. Oh yeah, Phoenix is definitely dysfunctional. Cause see, Eric, no. Eric, I'm gonna brief you up real quick. What's going on? I'm pretty sure you saw my upload when I said about Devin Booker. I was saying he don't make players better. You know, I think you have to be an impact. I saw him score 40 points and so many points and they lose too much. And normally, sometimes you got to win those games. Wow, you said you saw a report Giannis for Klay Thompson. They're gonna have to give up more than Klay Thompson, but the Warriors have to be careful, man. The Warriors in a good spot right now, a real good spot. Tone, you think Boogie's done? He did have 3 big injuries. I ain't gonna lie. You said don't sign him. Tone said Boogie is done. I just like Boogie. Boogie's always been one of my favorite players in the league. Steve said, Eric, I think they're turning around. James Jones and Monty Williams. Yeah, I agree. I think they're in the right step with James Jones and Monty Williams. I definitely agree with that. You know, I definitely think Mata is still young. Clay definitely. I agree with you. Clay is a beast. No, yeah, Booker. See, the thing is, what I'm saying, if like me, if I was a GM, once a player start, I don't want them type players on because it bad. They say he don't rock with the players. They said it's fishy with what I'm hearing. Steve, they said Devin Booker and his teammates they feel he not all in. Because I don't want to say too much because then this shit could probably get traced back, and I really don't want to say too much because, like I said, I'm just gonna hold on because I don't want to, mess up my relationship. But he really don't want to beat it. You could see because he started complaining, "Oh, y'all a young team. We need to start making changes." And he didn't say that to get his contract because they was gonna pay him anyway. He always throwing jabs and taking shots like the organization need to get better. Like it don't work that way. Things take time. Phoenix messed their franchise up when they didn't get Luka with the first pick. I ain't gonna lie. I think I would have picked. See, I was in Mississippi. I don't think they was wrong on that. Like looking back now, you may say Luka, but you throwing it that good. Luka didn't hit. Ayton's gonna be good though. He's not no Luka, but if that first pick, that's why it's scary sometimes with that first pick. Because a lot of people saying Luka, and me personally, I didn't see Luka much to say that. So I'm be honest, if I was sitting in that seat, I'd have picked Ayton because I didn't really see much of Luka. So I'm not going to sit there and say like I'm some genius. Oh, I was just jumping. It's easy to say it. That's like right now we sitting there watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and they got questions. It's easy for us to be back there and be like, oh, D. But when you're in that hot seat and your job on the line, anybody says, oh, I'd have took Luka. They all saying that it's not easy. Because if he bust, or not bust, but be all right, and this is a big man, Ayton got nice touch. He could block shot. He could run the floor. He could do some things. Yeah, Devin Booker was still in that draft class. There ain't no question about that. If I'm going to State, I'm trying to keep Clay and Steph together the whole career. I'm trying to keep. If you're gonna try to get, I know Giannis is a beast and everything, which I don't think they're going. I don't think they're going to entertain it and try to even do anything with that. To be honest, I appreciate. You know what I like about this today? I ain't even had to ask a lot of people to press like. Y'all just coming in doing it, man. I definitely appreciate that, man. It's saying Dragden Bender, Josh Jackson did not last in Phoenix. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I thought Josh Jackson was gonna be a beast. I wanted the Lakers to pick him. I ain't gonna lie. I want the Lakers to get him. If I said the Lakers don't draft Jackson, I'd rather they trade the second pick for 5 and 2, and got I said Bam and De'Aaron Fox. Was that they aren't stuck? They would make a big improvement next year. Yeah, Ayton missed 35 games out of 65. I think things is not bad. Bender and Jackson weren't good. I know. But Jackson playing all right in Memphis, though. See, everybody not a star. Jackson may just be a solid, good NBA player with a long career. Jackson Jackson starting to play good in Phoenix. Clay and Steph won them 3 championships. Yeah, you got Clay and Steph, man. You gotta keep them guys together. They like each other. They cool. Chemistry is big. I'm scared Golden State might get injured to reach his true potential. I think Golden State is in good position right now. All they need is like a big man. But see, I don't think they want to use that they top pick for a big man. Yeah, he looking better in Memphis. Yeah, Anthony Davis stays in LA. Dan Hughes. He's staying in LA because LeBron staying in LA. LeBron won't play till he's 40. I agree with you 100%, Eric. That draft pick, that's why I said a GM, if I'm a GM for a team, then you AD to Phoenix. Yeah, that is a laugh out loud. If I'm a GM, the best thing a GM could do, and what I do like what Phoenix is doing, you get a bunch of athletic players, at least be exciting. At least be a exciting team. Don't start overpaying. When you start overpaying and think you there and start getting these veterans mixed with it, that's what causes problems. Brandon Penny, what's good? What's good? Not any new KD news. He's coming back though. You said you heard about Rudy Gobert to the Warriors. Ooh, I like that right there. What now? Let me ask y'all this. I'm asking everybody this question here. I would love for y'all to answer. Let's say if Phoenix let's say if Golden State get the 4th pick of the draft. Would you trade the 4th pick for Rudy Gobert if you Phoenix? I mean, if you Golden State. I want to see y'all comments. Would you trade if Golden State land the 4, not number 1, they land 4? Would you trade the 4th pick for Rudy Gobert? That, to me, I'm gonna give my answer later. All right, Daniel said what we doing with Kuz? Kuz gonna get traded. Ain't the truth. What up, brother? Steve got jokes. Phoenix has never spent money like that. Left just sucks 100. 100 was good, bro. No way. Brandon, you said you wouldn't if you Phoenix. I want y'all to be clear. You said if you Phoenix, if Golden, not Phoenix, I keep saying Phoenix. Golden State, if you land a 4th pick and would you wouldn't trade Rudy Gobert for the 4th pick? Y'all saying no way? Gobert don't have a ceiling anymore. He limited offense. Not a Gobert fan. Y'all, I'm surprised, man. Banks the only one on. I'm doing that for the 4th pick for Rudy Gobert. You could imagine Rudy Gobert playing with them. Rudy Gobert at center, Kevin Durant. I mean, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, Stephen Clay. You can imagine Gobert. They're blocking everything. They defense, they'd be able to do. Oh my God! And he get every lob. I'm doing that for the 4th pick. I'm doing that. Can't teach height, solid rim. Solid. He's an excellent rim protector. Warriors need a big man. Exactly. Yeah, for the 4th pick. That's why I ain't say like 1 or 2. Then you getting low. But the 4th pick, But Rudy Gobert only like what 26? He said you don't like Rudy. That's cool. That's right. He said he'd do it easy. I'm doing that. No, not no Drummond. No, not no Drummond. Drummond is not no Gobert. Drummond clogs up. Gobert moves pretty all right. Like he's a little smarter. He gets out the way. If y'all see when Donovan Mitchell penetrate, he know how to shift and get out his way and open up the lane for him. Gobert is a good defender. Hell yeah. Gobert and Draymond. Draymond played D. Gobert played D. Like you have to think like this. You have to look up to your competition. Utah isn't. Look at the top teams in the West. You got the Lakers with AD and McGee in them. You need some size. Denver got the Joker. Defensive player candidate. They don't use center on offense. Yeah, you don't need. He good for lobs. He will automatically make that exactly. You know, you got Clay is a good defender. Andrew Wiggins got good. He can be a good defender. Then you got it's a Golden State got to take Wiseman and Memphis is there. But see, Wiseman is young. You don't know what you're getting out of Toppin. Toppin is a powerful. And I don't know if Toppin going to automatic hit. He kind of reminds me of Stoudemire. A1 was good. Gobert, go to state. That'll be monster team. Right, A1? You can imagine. We know Draymond played D. Gobert, Wiggins, and Clay. Steph could be able to do what he want, cherry pick. And get them easy layups. I like if anyone of the Warriors get traded Draymond for anyone. You know, but the prospects is, you have to look at it like this. The guy, what's the name? Wiseman, I don't know, but I know Gobert. Toppin's a power forward. With Phoenix. I think Golden State gonna trade their pick, if you ask me. Yeah, they can't wait for. What the hell is this? Excuse me. Hello? What's good? How are you? Who's this? Oh yeah. What's good? How are you? Yeah, everything good. Everything good, copacetic. Yeah, we still doing interviews. We just canceled last week because they had the curfew. And I guess that's why we canceled it. To get who on the station? What station? You said the Beat 139, what main station? I can't hardly hear you. Oh, yeah, but this when the corona happened, yeah, we just on like YouTube and other platforms now, but once the corona happened, a lot of things changed. We had the interviews had to be limited because we had to do social distance. Nah, we've been doing interviews. This was the first week we didn't do it Wednesday because they had the yeah, we did the AZ over the phone, but we do phone and but we do live in person on Wednesdays. We just couldn't do it this Wednesday because of curfew. And it was good. I didn't I wasn't there. My partner did that. I can't hardly hear you. What you said? Yeah. There's people saying it. It's right there on YouTube. But the sound and stuff, I don't know why he went live. He shouldn't have went live, but that's another story. Yeah, he shouldn't even did that. That caused like a little situation when he did that anyway. Huh? Who? Yeah, I can't hardly. I heard you say, this text me information when I go. Cause I'm in the basement now, my house. Soon I go up, I'm gonna call you back. This your number? Cause you be changing your number a lot. I'm gonna call you right back, and then you give me her information. All right. Hell yeah, mate, bro. Jason Whitlock, spot on FS1. He said, "Tell them boys you're busy. You right about that. I'm back. I'm back." Draymond, I don't know whoever said that Rudy Gobert to Phoenix. I forgot which one of y'all said that. That would be dang. I mean, I keep saying Phoenix to the Warriors. That's going to be dangerous. And they already saying the little problems with Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell, you know, all the time. I don't believe everything the media do. Media creates stories because they like debate, especially in debate shows. That's why when they said the Kevin Durant, that's why I rushed and said it, and I knew it probably would come out the next day. He said the Nuns fight. What fight is that, Tom? LaMelo Ball going to the Knicks to play 42 minutes a game for Tibbs. Do y'all like Tibbs as a coach? Because out in New York, a lot of guys, I'm out here in New York, and a lot of guys do not like, they don't, all my Knicks fans I know do not want nothing to do with Tibbs, man. They don't want nothing to do with Tibbs. I heard the Nets would possibly get Kevin in a trade. Kevin Love would be a good fit for Brooklyn too. But see the problem is what fight coming on? The problem is they don't want to do that amnesty rule because they scared of dynasties. But they want to do it though. The amnesty rule is I'm telling you, it might happen because people they want to save money. There's a lot of big Nicholas Batum. There's a from Sacramento, Harrison Barnes. You think Sacramento don't want to get rid of Harrison Barnes? They overpaid for Harrison Barnes. And that's why I said these general managers, all of us right now, are be better general manager than these guys. These guys don't know nothing about basketball. How can you pay Harrison Barnes? What did Harrison Barnes did when he came over in that trade for Dallas? What did he did or what did they saw him? And he been in the league for a few years. What did you saw him to say, okay, I'm gonna give him $100 million? They make the same mistakes. I wouldn't say no way Golden State trading Draymond. I don't think so, but you never know. Brandon, you right. Utah done. Oh yeah, they done without Bogdan. You 100% right about that, Brandon. They done. Melo, nice. Yeah, Melo is good. Yeah, you have to pass on Tibbs, man. Tibbs is an old school type of coach. It's not working. Oh, the UFC fight. Okay. I'm not really into UFC. I could watch it like some, but I'm not into it like that. Mellow Ball and the Pistons, that'd be good. I don't know what's going on, Mark Jackson. I ain't heard nothing about Mark Jackson. I ain't heard nothing about Mark Jackson. I don't know what's going on with him. Bonds is overrated. How this now? I'm pretty sure we all can agree on this. What did Harrison Bond do? He got traded from Dallas. to Sacramento. What did he do? What did they saw to sit there and be like, oh, well, we're going to give him $100 million. That's why teams be in the position in. And now they got to pay Fox. Fox contract coming up. So now, and then you got other Bogdan. You got Bogdan, he a free agent this year. Now, if you're going to keep him, he ain't getting no less than $12 million. I think more than that. I think he'll get at least $15 million. Now, you already got Buddy Hield getting damn near 100, and he played a two guard. You got Bogdan going to get easy 60 million. He going to have teams after him. And then you got to pay Fox next year. Sacramento put themselves in a bad spot. You like Bonds on the Kings? Bonds is that money, no. I like Bonds if he getting way less money, but not for that money. That money there change things. See, that makes a difference. You can like a player, but once he gets a certain amount of money and he's not living up to that, then he's not that. Yeah, Kevin Durant be all right. Yeah, I think like this. Well, remember when Kevin Durant, they showed it in All-Star Weekend when he was dunking and they showed it. If y'all remember, the reports, the doctors and them said he will be at full 100% with no restrictions in July. In July, no restrictions. He clean bill of health in July. I said that in February, around All-Star Weekend. They say be clean, full clean bill of health in July. He be back in August. He ain't trying to. All right, I ain't gonna say no more. You know. Yeah, I have no idea what they was thinking. Yeah, Kevin Durant coming back, man. They feel they can win. You think they worried about Toronto? Not like that, but they feel. That's why I said I'm more confident with Kevin Durant than John Wall. John Wall, if they're not gonna make it, so it might not make no sense for him to come back. They might not make it. They already like 6 games back. If Orlando, they have to run the table, which ain't happening. Only thing would scare me, Buddy Hield do. I think the Lakers could do a trade for Buddy Hield. I think so. But one thing I noticed, what I don't like, and I don't like about a lot of these GMs and the executive, is like when it comes to the Lakers, they give the Lakers a hard time for trades. That's what I don't like. I don't like that with them. Vlade Divac and them, I think they would definitely get rid of Buddy Hield because of his money. And to me, I would be scared of taking on Buddy Hield with $100 million as a third option. I really don't want my third option than a $100 million guy. Then I think we ain't gonna be able to build a team of to fill out our roster. If I'm gonna pay a third guy $100 million, he got to be like that. I'm not paying no guy. He's shaky. He's up and down. No $100 million. Cause then you ain't gonna have no balanced team. Because mind you, the salary cap is going down. Huge KD fan, but I don't know if he's going to win a title. It ain't the point of him winning the title. It's the point bringing that electricity to Brooklyn. He stepped on that floor. They win the first round, and then Milwaukee. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? There's no expectation right now. So this would be the best time for him to try. So get that thing under his belt. Because I don't think the league starting in December 1st. That's the holdup right now. I told you guys I heard the second week of January. Then they said they trying to help and squeeze games because they want the whole thing is money. The more games, the more money. But they trying to squeeze it in. But they don't want it to go back into the summertime next year. See, that's the problem. That's what my guy told me. My homeboy that works with Adam Silver, he said the big thing is, he said they do not want to have the NBA going throughout the summer next year. They do not want that. That's why they're rushing the games. He said Blake Griffin out of 3. Blake Griffin would fit good with Phoenix too. I think Blake Griffin would be a good Phoenix guy. Now Nets ain't beating no Lakers. Next year, I think it'll probably be more of a. This year, I don't think they'll beat the Lakers. They got a hell of a shot next year. That's why the Lakers, to me, the Lakers gotta be smart. And what I don't like about LeBron James teams, they always grab these old veterans who ring chasing, who on their last legs. I don't like that guys on their last legs. I want some fresh young guys. I want some guys 28, 29. Alex, what's good? Yeah, Christmas. Yeah, they thinking Christmas too. They thinking Christmas too, but I think it's going to be more so because it's hard to turn around. But Christmas is a possibility, but it makes sense to for the Players Association January because the season going to end. Let's say in October 12th. Free agency start right after that. I mean, the draft right after that, free agency. Then you come right back to some of your camp open in November. That's too much of a turnaround. And LeBron James strong. So it's really what LeBron James say. LeBron James hands all in this. The Nets could give Blake Griffin. That'd be big. But the thing is, Blake make a lot of money. But that's why I was saying, Steve, you wasn't just before you came on the channel. The whole thing, reason why a lot of these guys throwing these names out here, Steve, because these guys been on my channel. We talk about more the amnesty rule. The amnesty rule is going to be a lot of big names players out there. With the amnesty rule, I'm going to tell you players who are going to be amnestied. If the NBA used the amnesty rule this year, Detroit is cutting Blake Griffin. Ain't no question. They're going to amnesty Blake Griffin. Cleveland going to amnesty Kevin Love. Ain't no question. Oklahoma City, they'll try to trade Chris Paul first. If they can't move him, they will amnesty Chris Paul. I think Washington will amnesty John Wall because he make way too much money. Harrison Barnes will get amnestied. Nicholas Batum will get amnestied. Who else? It will be some named players. They're gonna move. They're gonna have to because the money is not lining up. Christian Woods in Phoenix, he gonna be a free agent. Banks, you see that? Banks is a Detroit fan of 313 Cash because Steve, his original name is Banks. He's a Detroit fan. He want Christian Woods, Banks. Steve want Christian Woods on Phoenix. Banks likes Christian Woods also. He 313 Cash is a his name is Banks. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. You showing a lot of love, bro. Y'all follow my podcast. I'm put it right here. I love for you guys subscribe to this and show some love there. We be having a lot of dope interviews. It's on YouTube. How much would you pay? How much would you pay Christian Woods? What's the most you'll give Christian Woods? Yeah, but I think they're gonna get rid of Drew Holiday this year though. And JJ Redick gonna be off their books. Zion ain't gonna be in the contract for a few more years. New Orleans safe, Minnesota. I mean Mississippi. They safe. Because you have to look at it like this. Zion is like at least 3 years away. Ain't gonna get his max this year. Drew Holiday gonna be gone. And JJ Redick gonna be gone. And Lonzo up this year, yeah. I think they'll pay. Woods tweeted that he wants to win. Woods getting 20 per. I can't pay Christian Wood 20 per. I can't do it on a bad team and Blake went out. If Detroit would have been like in it and like a real solid team, he getting up buckets, he's good, but I can't give him no 20 per right now. No way I'm giving him 20 per. I give Woods probably 12 million, man, because he didn't prove enough to me. Mind you, the season was shortened. I can't just throw out that money like that. Yeah, JJ got another year, but Zion ain't gonna be a free agent next year. And they can always get rid of JJ. JJ, you know. Now Rodney Hood ain't gonna be back. So Cash, you think 20? You'll pay Christian Woods $20 million? He said, Eric said 16.8. I give you a hard time giving him 16 million. I swear it'd be hard. I give Woods, to me, you have to have a little body of work to make me feel confident. This is only a year, he really, and it's not even a whole year. Yeah, I can't give Woods that money. I'm sorry. I give him 12 million. If I give him 16, 18 million, he get no more than a 2-year deal. That's the most. If I'm gonna pay him 16, 18 million dollars, he can't get more than 2 years. I can't give him no more than 2 years. Yeah, Braun want them old vets. It's like the thing was, and I want to. If I wish I was like at that level where I like be on a panel with like them NBA analysts and talk to like some GMs. Why when people think that veterans it always got to be old guys, like old guys, old guys? To me, if you've been in the league 6 years, even if you didn't make playoffs, if you're around certain players, that should be enough. Like Braun loved getting them old guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want them because a lot of teams gonna be better next year. A lot of teams next year, especially if it don't be no amnesty rule, a lot because it was more balanced. The amnesty gonna tip the scale. He said around for 10 million. He got to show me more. Yo, he do remind me of Earl Clark. Yup, you're right. He remind me of Earl Clark. You're right. You 100% right about that. I agree. He said vets with 6 years do cost too much because they want their money. So it is hard to get. I agree. It is hard getting them guys because them guys they ain't taking no minimum deal. I agree with you on that. Oh yeah, you're gonna have. There's a lot of ring chase guys gonna be jumping shit. The Nets gonna get Booker. Now I don't see the Nets getting Devin Booker. If Devin Booker, I think D'Angelo Russell and Cat is in his ear right now. Cause if y'all remember when they got interviewed, they was like, "Oh, your boy, how about?" And he's like, "You just never know, but he's under contract, but they can't speak." They plotting. They plotting. If once he say he wants to trade, Minnesota got the piece, especially if Minnesota get the first pick. If the Minnesota get the first pick, first or second pick, they gonna throw that pick, that first, second pick. They throw Jared Culver and maybe Malik Beasley on sign and trade. I could easily see that happening. He ain't really. He was all right. See, I look at when teams bad teams. I look at like that's why when you said Devin Booker the 6 assists sometimes could be misleading. Definitely in today's NBA. If you ball dominant and you drive, and the minute you get a double team and you just make a basic pass, it's easy. Yeah, sign and trade. Yeah. I don't. You said if Phoenix end up with Edwards or Ball, they should trade it. Nah, I wouldn't just trade Devin Booker just to trade him. But if he start like once that wanting to leave and causing problems, you get rid of him. But Phoenix, I don't think Phoenix gonna get Lonzo. Ball, because if I'm the NBA, to be honest, all the teams that went who going to play this season, they shouldn't be in the lottery. My thing to Adam Silver, and I even told my friend this, I think it should be the top 8 teams. I mean, the 8 teams that didn't go to Orlando, those 2 teams should be lottery. I don't think that you should Washington and Phoenix and them. They have a chance to make the playoffs and come back and then could win the lottery. I don't think that'd be fair. To make it fair, I think the 8 teams that didn't go to Orlando, that should be the lottery. Yeah, but assists. This is my thing. Is assists. Like James Harden, these guys got the ball in their hand, and then, like I said, today's NBA, a lot of you see more like bigger players get assists now, 6, 7, 8 assists. It's not that hard getting assists in today's NBA. It's not, especially if you got the ball in your hand all the time, and you ball dominant, you're gonna get some assists. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but he don't make players better. I don't think he's a leader. He don't make winning plays like defensively go on the floor. He not setting the standard, I think, to be the face of a franchise. I think as a number 1 option on a team, he don't do enough for me. I think he's a good player. I like Devin Booker. I'll take him on the Lakers any day of the week. But I just don't. Once a player start that crying, me personally, I don't like it. Hell no. They'd never trade Ayton for Jarrett Allen. Ayton better than Jarrett Allen. Yeah, they try to outscore everyone. I agree with you on that. Rubio is a real passer. Rubio is a real passer. It's that, so you watch Phoenix more than me, so I would never pretend that's your team, that I'm more knowledgeable about Phoenix than you. But I'm just saying, when I see Devin Booker, to me, I just don't see that leadership quality in him. And I watch him a lot. He said Lakers got Jared Dudley. The Lakers better be on their game this year. It's gonna be, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of teams gonna get better. If they had the amnesty rule, it's gonna be crazy. A lot of guys gonna get amnesty. Exactly. That dog, you couldn't say it better, young CEO. You couldn't say it better. Maybe that's what I was trying to say. Maybe that's what I was trying to say. It's going to NBA building a team. If you're going to build a team from scratch, the best way to do it to get a exciting team. Y'all remember? I don't know how old some of you guys are, but Jason Williams, White Chocolate. White chocolate. Sacramento was on a come up when Webber went there, but then they start rising. He started throwing all type of no-look passes, doing this thing. He was killing. They sold the building out. As a bum team, like right now, we got Banks like Detroit. We got Steve like Phoenix, right? To keep people engaged, at least give hope. See, right now, Steve have a lot of hope with Phoenix, and that's all you want for your franchise. You want hope. You want to sell hope. You want to say, okay, I got this young player. You want to sell hope that, hey, we can win. You don't want to start. Phoenix is definitely in a better position than Detroit, because Detroit has a big monster contract and Blake Griffin that is just not going to work. Like, you know what I'm saying? So as a franchise, I'm gonna do something on my upload how to build a small market team. Cause see, it's not. I don't think it's too hard. But see what these teams do, they start overpaying for the veterans. If you're gonna go young, get a young, exciting team, get a point guard who's gonna and let them rock. Get a coach that's not gonna be tight on them. A coach that's gonna let them be loose and let them play their game. You can have some discipline, but you can't be too like that. Have the young guys love the city. Get the guys in the community. If you got a bum team and you trying to, pack out the state, have them send them young guys to the communities. Send them to the communities. This way, let them get better to the community. Then have them play a sight in the basketball. You can't have a young team and try to have them be a defensive team. It's not going to work. Get a young team and get a whole bunch of athletic guys where you can just throw it up. They catch all type of alley-oops, high jumping, young team, a coach that's got energy, who not going to be too hard, and that drill sergeant, damn, you ain't going to have to worry about him wanting to leave and things like that. He's not happy. Get a coach that can relate to today's NBA, because today's NBA is different. A lot of these guys will spoil you. These guys, don't appreciate, like, really what they have. Like, I don't know how old some of you guys is, but the NBA I used to watch, I love. It was too much movement. Guys love their team, love their teammates. They play hard. It wasn't too much. Everything always bitching. It's too much of that. Like, I don't want to be here. Like, and LeBron, he's a Laker and everything, but he started a lot of this shit, man. He did. And it's crazy. I'm starting to really feel if they do the amnesty rule, because he will be a Laker, I think. Monty Williams is real. That's why I said Phoenix in the right direction. They got a coach that can relate. See, that's the start. And then they do got a general manager kind of like they in good position. I agree on that. But my thing is this. When the smoke start, when you start hearing after the thing and Devin Booker start beep, 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 get rid of him. Don't feel, please come back. I'm going to show you. And then that jam people up too. And that always bite LeBron in the face too. So LeBron did all that, and it got Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith. They got well overpaid. You start everything, LeBron teams, you trying to get all these veterans, paying them all that money. No. You know what I mean? Chill and let a GM work. Oh yeah, Kenny Atkinson is definitely deserved. I think the Knicks should get Kenny Atkinson. I definitely think that. But that's how you build the team, man. You have to build through the community first, because you're going to struggle for a few years. And I think Philly, now I'm going to talk about the Sixers. I think Sixers, now the time for the Sixers should get rid of Brett Brown. You can't, because I know the first couple of years they didn't want to get rid of him, because it's like he was there through the hard time when they was winning 14 games. So now that they winning, you kick them to the curb. You got to get rid of Brett Brown. Can't coach to me. Oh, yeah? That's smart. That's what you have to do as a small market team, because you had to do a little extra. That's why Mark Cuban was so smart. When he bought Dallas Mavericks from Ross Perot, and when he bought the Dallas Mavericks, he's a new owner. He put laptops, computers, and everybody in the game. What's that game? 2K and all that shit in their locker, and he did a whole bunch of stuff. You have to do that. You just have to do that. Because these guys today is just, like, to me, it's frustrating because these guys are so sensitive. One little thing they get mad at, they want to get traded. They mad, they want to move. And that all because I like LeBron James, but LeBron started all that, this and that. Like, me personally, I like because it's hard to build a team that way. Who I want the Lakers to get next year? I love Zach LaVine. I don't know if it's going to happen with Zach LaVine because they got new management. Normally, when team get new management, they not trading their best player unless he just say I want out. If he don't say he want out, because what they do when new management come in, they be like, oh, that's the old management. We had a coach, general manager. We gonna make it work. We gonna get this. They start making these promises. So players like, all right, But the Lakers, I don't know. I like. There's some players. I know we need to get new backcourt. We need to get younger and more athletic on that backcourt. There's some players I like. You know what I like? I take Spencer Dinwiddie for Kyle Kuzma. I do that. The Nets don't have no money, so he could pitch. Ain't no pitching. AD loves LA. Him and Bron is neck to neck. They putting him in a bigger position to make money. Yeah, I like that. The Lakers need to get rid of they need to get rid of Danny Green. I'm glad they gave him a 2-year deal. 3-year deal, I'd have been sick. He said he'd love to see the Buss family sell. Why you want the Buss family to sell right now? I think Rob Pelinka doing a good job. I think he's doing a good job. At first, when all that's going on, I was like, yeah. Now I think he's doing pretty good. Yeah, there's not many options the Lakers get. For trade, they can. It's some. They'll be able to make in trades. It's some that the Lakers. It's some moves the Lakers can't make. See, because you got KCP at 8, and this is another thing I don't like. This is the thing I don't like about LeBron. When LeBron got to the Lakers last year, he never really embraced the young guys, and I ain't like how he treated Luke Walton, right? And so when that happened, his clients like Rich Paul, I don't like that. Like in bed, like to me, I think Rob Pelinka and Chris Paul is in bed together, where KCP gonna get a lot more leeway. Like you know what I'm saying? Because KCP feel that he should have took the $80 million, and Rich Paul declined that $80 million. That's why Rich Paul trying to recoup that money back up. If y'all notice, that's what happened. Because Rich Paul fucked up because he should have took that $80 million from Detroit, KCP. And so now Rich Paul trying to recoup it. So far out the $80 million, he got 18 the first year, 15 and 8. 18, 15, and 8. So he got some money back. So this should have been like I think 4 or 5 year, $80 million. Yeah, see that's what I said. You right, Eric. He had got a raw deal. But the thing is, I ain't like how LeBron didn't even embrace them guys. And then this Rich Paul thing. Like he too much of his clients I think it's just too much. No, I'm not saying I get what you. I'm not saying that. I'm glad Luke Walton gone too, me personally, because I knew it was going to work out from the day one with LeBron. So I'm glad Luke Walton is gone, but he still got a raw deal though. I feel that out of respect, you're the best player. How can you not even have any type of communication? Give a guy a chance. He ain't this is how you know LeBron ain't right. LeBron agreed to go to the Lakers July 1st of last year. The first time he spoke to Luke Walton was in September. How? That's your coach. How? LeBron threw away that season last year. LeBron ain't see him as happy or nothing. That's what I don't like about LeBron. It's always too much things gonna be on his terms. Like, you know what I'm saying? So with the GMs, like, oh, we want this guy, we want this guy. And then it's like, I don't like all that, me personally. Yeah, Braun is difficult at times. And it's tough. It's tough with LeBron, even being a GM. Because he's gonna stay on your back. And then Braun always hear outside noise a lot too. Walton, it wasn't Walton. It wasn't Walton. It was LeBron. Walton did. Walton got on what's that show in LA? And Walton like, yeah, I want to. He said he didn't talk to him. He wanted to reach out to Braun. Braun went on vacation. Then he came back. Walton couldn't get to him. Walton didn't have his number. He wanted to reach out to Braun. It wasn't Walton. It's Braun. When Braun don't want to coach, I think what happened, Braun kind of respected Vogel, but not like that. And to me, I think they was hoping Vogel would fail. Not hoping, but the Lakers play so good, and he see Vogel know how to coach. And he like, damn, this guy know how to coach. So now, not that saying he didn't think he not coach, but he probably like, damn, because he kind of praised Vogel. And Vogel makes adjustments, and he's a smart guy. He locked in. As a coach in LeBron, it's not easy. It's not. Yeah, he doing a good job. Because they kept saying they couldn't do. Jason Kidd was in the middle of a domestic violence, so they couldn't hire Jason Kidd right now as a head coach. So that's why they forced Vogel. All this is LeBron James move. And see, one thing I like what Rob Pelinka did. Rob Pelinka smart. He let it be known that everything he did this summer, it was Bron and AD. Because your AD was like, damn, like these guys keep calling me every day. I'm in the movies. Like, who you think we should get? You think about how you think about this guy. How you think about this guy? Like LeBron was really locked in on building that team. Rob Pelinka was calling them every day. Yeah. Vogel know how to coach. And I ain't gonna lie, that weekend, if we'd have beat the Nets, it would have been that much sweet. But when we played the Clippers and the Bucks, he showed me could coach. And then when Howard, that showed me he had the guts because Howard was pouting over there when we played the Clippers. Howard only played like 5 minutes. He went on Marquise Morris. That was a smart move. Yep, you're right. And Vogel's smart enough to know he gets out of LeBron way. He's not trying to like go head to head with him. Who I think the next coach gonna be? That's a good damn. Who I think it should be? I don't even hear the Nets talking about a coach. But who I think it should be? I think it's gonna be Ty Lue. I really do. I think Ty Lue gonna be the next coach next year. But see, I don't know how Kevin Durant if he gonna pull rank. I don't think Tim Duncan will be a good head coach. I can't picture him as like a good head coach. I was surprised he's a coach, period. But I think it's Kyrie. I mean, Ty Lue. I can't see any other coach on the Nets right now because they're keeping it too quiet and you don't even hear nothing about it. So that goes to show the list is short. Like you hear Knicks, you hear Thibodeau, you hear Mike Woodson, you hear Kenny Atkinson. It's too quiet. Hell, and it won't be D'Antoni. It won't be Dan. I already think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Ty Lue. It's just too quiet. When it's too quiet like that, they zero in. They got their guy already. It's going to be Ty Lue, I think. Becky Hammond's taking over. No, I don't see that. I don't see that. Popovich, I can see him pulling for that. But once you out the door, you ain't gonna have that much power. You know how people are. People, rally behind you because you Popovich. They need you. But once you retire, they not gonna. Oh, I think we need Becky Hammond. I don't see it. He said not D'Antoni. Yeah, I hear you said Pop wants him to have it, but it's not gonna be up to Pop. Unless, because you have to look at it like this. There's the owner, there's the GM and RC Buford. Once Pop go on your power, it's not like, see, that's the thing. Like, Pop can sit there and say, oh, I want somebody the assistant coach. He's strong right now. Pop strong. Pop right now can sit there and he got the juice right now to say, I want Tony Parker to be assistant coach. But I don't think he's going to be strong. Once he leave RC Buford, he got to deal with that. All right, young CEO. Yeah, I appreciate that you checking in. You know, as long as you keep that bell on, we do this all the time. Why you feel, Eric? Why you feel Becky Hammond should bounce if she don't take over the Spurs? Why you feel she should bounce? You're right, Steve. You're right. He did. For some reason, I don't think it's gonna be Mark Jackson to the Nets. If it's Mark Jackson to the Nets, that's Kevin Durant move. Because Kevin Durant, business partner, is cool with Mark Jackson. So if it's Mark Jackson, that's Kevin Durant won the war. If it's Ty Lue, it's Kyrie Irving. That's what's gonna be a battle between them two. Yeah, it's a battle between them two. With the superstars, see who gets it. You think KD pull rank over Kyrie? We don't know. See, Kevin Durant is more about just balling. He's not like Kyrie been under LeBron. They more technical about it. KD just want to ball. So it wouldn't be surprised if Kyrie can pull a ring. Kyrie demeanor is more, I want this, I want Bradish. KD not. No, he's not a leader. Kyrie is not a leader. Kyrie is not a leader. Kyrie is more Bradish than KD. So I could see him pulling rank over KD. He got rank over the destination to get KD to play in Brooklyn. Okay, you said Becky Hammond's taking a backseat over another assistant. So is Becky Hammond is the longest tenure assistant? I don't know this. I'm asking you. Is she the longest tenured on there? Because it's not really up to Pop. Pop don't own that team. Once he could recommend who he want, and he could put them in his place when he's out for a couple games. But once he out the door, they don't have to, you know. Because having a woman coach, I don't see it right now. I really don't. I don't see no woman coach. Do any of y'all see a woman coach right now? I don't see no woman coach. I don't see no woman. It's not easy. But then again, 2020, it's so much stuff happened, you just don't know. Yeah, she's smart. She's smart. 2020, it's so much happened this year. Who knows? Who who y'all think coming out the to the finals? Yo, you know what's crazy, Steve? We just talk about that. We always like, yo, 2020 need to go ASAP, man. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. This year, I could easily say this one of the bad. Like this year been crazy. Start off with Kobe, then the coronavirus, then this all this rioting right now. Like it's crazy. I literally been in the house for months. You had the corona, where you had to stay away. Then you had this looting and stuff. This been crazy. It only been 6 months. Just think the Kobe thing was in January. It lasted 2 months where it was like crazy because I think his when was his service? March? I think his service might have been March. I can't remember exact date his March, but his passing was like for 2 months. And then you had the corona in March. Last Norway to now, corona died down. Now this is crazy. It's crazy. And that's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up, Eric. You saying they got to compete with the NFL. I just think that's over. I'm seeing like Stephen A. and different people like, why are they going to? What you want to? You can't. They have no choice. NBA fans is NBA fans. That's just what it is. People like, oh, you shouldn't go against the NFL. How you gonna do that? Your finals gonna be around the that week. October is rivalry week in NFL. You shouldn't. I just think that's stupid. That's stupid. You can't worry about another sport. You cannot worry about another sport. You put on a good performance. That's just what it is. You can't. I'm glad you brought that up. I knew it's something. I was going to do a show on that WW3. Yeah, it's crazy. That's true what you just said, Steve. It's crazy, but you can't. It's crazy though. I don't get it. Lakers and Bucks would be crazy. Lakers and Celtics would be crazy. Lakers and Philly. Lakers and this. I'm saying they ratings. Lakers in Brooklyn. So I think whoever come out the East, outside Toronto, like the teams that got a real shot. If the Lakers there, I think the NBA getting good ratings regardless. Yeah, but see, thing I don't know how many minutes and stuff they going. I believe Kevin Durant will be on by minutes restriction, but he's fully healthy. With the Achilles, it's really like a 9 month injury, 9 to 10 months. But then you get used to it. Kevin Durant is all right, and people keep saying, "Oh," and this is another misconception. People's like, "Oh, that'd be stupid if he come back in." in August because he got hurt before rushing back. You can't compare him getting hurt. Rushing back was only out for a couple weeks compared to being out a whole year. That'd be 14 months. Mind you, Kobe came back from his Achilles in 9 months. Gilbert Arenas came back in 9 months. A lot of guys come back. What's his name came back in 6 months. Adrian Peterson came back in 6 months. This would be 14 months. 15 months. No, 14. 14 months. Kevin Durant, if you come back in August. 14 months. 14 months. So he'd be fine. Giannis versus Bron and AD. If Giannis would ever have like another monster player next to him, you can imagine like a Giannis and Bradley Beal or something. I don't like Chris Middleton as a second option on championship team. I think Chris Middleton more of a third option. Yeah, I think he was going to play in the Olympics. Giannis and Booker be good. Yeah, I agree. Booker is better than Middleton. Middleton just don't. He's not a number two. That's why it looks like it just Giannis. People forget about Chris Middleton, and he got overpaid. Chris Middleton got exactly. Chris Middleton is a third guy, a third option. He got paid 180, like him and Tobias Harris. Philly will. That's another name will be out there. Believe me, if they do the amnesty rule, either Al Horford or Tobias Harris, one of them will get amnesty. This is a fact. One of them guys will get amnesty. Tobias Harris or Al Horford, if the amnesty rule come into effect. The teams want it, but they scared, and I get it. All these owners, the worst thing they scared that a lot of teams will be lining up, which is true. He's tricky. Malcolm Brogdon. I remember they was like the Lakers should get him. I was like, I don't feel comfortable paying him all that money. I was saying that. I said I wouldn't feel comfortable paying him all that money. When you were paying a max guy, you want it to be a real max guy. Tobias Harris, like, come on, he never even been. Come on, he ain't even an all-star. Like, come on, how you give him 180 million? How? Almost 200 million? What did he do for that? Like, I be wanting to know how the negotiations work. See, I couldn't be. That's why they lucky is no arbitration in NBA, because there'd be a lot of people getting their feelings hurt. See, baseball got arbitration because it'd be hard. See, I know it don't work like that because you don't want to talk down. But if I'm talking to an agent, and he'd be like, "No, my client want," I'd be like, "Cool. This is how it works." The agent, hey, I'm the manager of Philadelphia. I'm Elton Brand. Yeah, what's up? This done the third. Yeah, I'm interested. I want Tobias Harris back. What is it going to take for me to get him back? 180. 180? Tobias Harris, 180 million? How? Grant was good. Yeah, we live. And I think that'd be a big mistake if they don't have Joel B in Philly. People in Philly love Joel B, like the fans. He connected to the fans. That's what I was saying earlier about small market teams need to embrace their city. Yeah, amnesty is going to be crazy. I think that one thing I know about rich people and these owners, at the end of the day, is about a dollar. I think they're gonna override their GMs. See, the GMs and stuff probably pushing it like, no. See, most of the owners is not really basketball fans. These teams they own is toys to them. They not really bad. They not rooted like we is. Like we really feel that shit. These owners is like it's business first with them, and businesses make sense. You take a guy like Blake Griffin. You look at Blake Griffin, right? Now you tell me what an owner would do. Now, a perfect show like this. Now you got a guy like Blake Griffin, right? And a rule could come right now. Now you know you got to pay him $36 million, $38 million. And there's a rule right now can just clean that. Can mind you, the tax. And you look at your team, you like, we ain't going nowhere. You look at your roster, you go, okay, we got Blake Griffin. We got Tony Snell. We got John Henson. We got Langston Galloway. We got Derrick Rose. We got Don Maker. We got Sekou. We got Christian Woods. Tim Frazier. Like, we not winning. Why? It don't even make sense to pay this guy. You know it's hard. No team ain't going to do it through a trade. And then in trade, you bring it back, salary right back. So that amnesty rule works for them. So these owners going to be more in favor to the thing. But the GMs, the ones don't want it. They like it like this. Like right now, it's really nobody really like last year, before Kevin Durant got hurt, and we saw going to last year, DeMarcus Cousins, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, Steph, Clay. You saw that starting five. Everybody and their mother said, "Oh, Golden State is winning it." You felt it. You didn't felt like you didn't even have a competing chance. Right now, the Lakers really feel they can win. The Clippers really feel they can win. The Bucks really feel they can win. Philly feel if they healthy, they can win. Teams really feel they can win. That's the difference. When Golden State was there, it's like, I don't know. These guys are too good. So they don't want to go back to that. Then teams feel, even young teams like Denver. Portland is cocky. Portland, like, we want the Lakers. Portland feel, Damian Lillard said they got a championship team. They feel that with Carmelo Anthony, Trevor Ariza, CJ, Dame, Zach Collins, Nurkic, Whiteside. They feel Gary Trent, Anthony Simon. Like, they feel they can win. They feel their championship. Miami feel that. What do you think of Miami Heat? The Heat is a good team. They got good shooters. They got Bam back there. But I think that they probably a second round exit, though. Yeah, I hope Kuz, I agree with you, Grant. I hope he balls out and gets trade value up. But I keep telling people this. I know people probably like love Kyle Kuzma. And no, Ariza played with Portland. They traded him. Ariza used to play with Sacramento. They traded him to Portland. See, the thing with Kuzma, I'm gonna tell you the biggest thing. What the Lakers know, and I hope they be smart enough. Jose, what's good? What the Lakers feel the biggest thing with Kuzma is when you restrict it, another team can bid high on him. Now, if a team bid high, either you lose them for nothing, like I'm not paying them, or now you feel you might get stuck with that contract, and then he's playing behind Bron and AD. So nobody really want to pay a guy come off the bench big dollars. So it's not so much that the Lakers don't like Kuzma. It's not that the Lakers feel Kuzma not good. It just he's just stuck. He's stuck in the situation. Now, if he had 2 years left on the deal, we probably wouldn't have this conversation. The simple fact, next year, even if he balls out, I think his contract with this move, his stock could go up. That's what I'm saying. Jose right. Teams will play him that bag. Kuzma bring an aura to a team. He's like a young player, but he's like a known young player. He made his name. He got like a name in the league among veterans. Everybody know Kyle Kuzma. So you say Kyle Kuzma, even like people outside, like rappers and stuff, Kuzma is known. So a team know I bring him in my building. He holds some status with him. He's still young. We'd be 25. So teams would be like he's young. We saw him while LeBron James. Everybody know LeBron's not easy to play with. So you think a team know, okay, I could get 17, 18 points out of this man. Easy. They hired him. I know they're talking about doing it. We were just talking about that earlier, Jose. We were talking about Thibodeau. Everybody on here was saying that's a bad hire for the Knicks. We all were saying. We talked about him earlier. We had a new guy on here, a new subscriber, Steve. He's a Phoenix fan. He got a lot of knowledge. So a team will pay. And then they said like 17 or 19 teams going to have money next year. Most of the teams going to have money next year. So out of 19 guys who have money, the team will sit there and say to him, the team, just think of this. If you could pay Harrison Barnes, somebody never really showed you and you know exactly what you're getting from Harrison Barnes, and you keep giving him $100 million, you think a team won't give Kuzma $15 million? At least Kuzma will show some heart. Harrison Barnes he played timid to me. At least Kuzma was projecting like this into LeBron to this year. Harrison Barnes is not getting no better. He's what he is. They overpaid him. He will get amnesty. Harrison Barnes will get amnesty next year. If that amnesty rule comes, Harrison Barnes will be a free agent. Yeah. They paid him that much money for what? I agree. Daniel, your team, y'all got a good team. Y'all need a power forward. See, y'all want to see everybody. It seemed like what Brooklyn, what I know about Brooklyn, it seemed like someone in that rumor came out about Bradley Beal and everybody talked. Y'all have a good team. Y'all got depth, Caris LeVert. Y'all got Torian Prince. Y'all got Spencer Allen. Y'all need a power forward. You put a power forward, you have DeAndre Jordan, KD, Kyrie, and LeVert. Has Spencer come off the bench. Then you got Joe Harris. He could come off the bench. Y'all strong. Have Spencer come off the bench, Joe Harris, and y'all just need a pop. Claxton, nah, he nowhere near ready. He nowhere near. They need a proven. He said, "What Vlade thinking?" Yeah, Vlade, and Vlade. Let me tell you what makes Sacramento bad. They owner don't know nothing about basketball. He's so annoying. He know nothing. And Vlade really don't. I don't like his. Vlade's not that good. Yeah, I think John Collins standing in Atlanta. Hell yeah. Yeah, Claxton is raw, but the Nets need. That's why I said if that's why the same way we talking. Even though me personally, I don't think that. I ain't gonna say all of them, but I think a lot of these guys on this live here, I think we on the NBA level as far as GMs, like far as minds. I think we're on a level. They may just know more of the rules, the technicality of certain things, how the trade works and stuff. But now we look at some of the stuff they're doing. So by me saying, I think that knowledgeable that we are on the same wavelength with these GMs, I think that's why the GMs is fighting not for the amnesty rule. Because you best believe, let's say Blake Griffin, Kevin Love, them two guys be free agent. You think that if they say, yo, come to Brooklyn at that power forward position, any one of them two, I think, jumping on that. I think more so Blake Griffin may jump on it. You can imagine DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, Kevin Durant, Karis LeVert, and Kyrie Irving. You can imagine that? That's crazy. And I can easily see that's why, but the same way we thinking that, they knowing this. They know Detroit going to get rid of Blake Griffin. It would be stupid for Detroit to keep Blake Griffin. Scotty B was good. Why would Cleveland keep Kevin Love for 3 years on his deal? The Nets has a hole at that position. Kevin Love or Blake Griffin go with the Brooklyn. It's going to be crazy. You said what sports I think got the best GMs? I don't know. That's a tough question. LaMarcus Aldridge. I can see the Spurs doing. See, the only thing, LaMarcus Aldridge, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these big name players will get, because these teams not trying to pay that money. And they got an out. Teams know they made the mistake. Teams know they made the mistake. And that would be, to me, that's just the smart, no-brainers. Even as a GM, you have to get rid of in order to move forward. Blake Griffin making a lot of money. In Detroit right now, you got a player that wants to win now with young guy. You got to. Detroit got to start from scratch. Detroit had to start from scratch. Scotty B from England, shout out, was good. Yeah, the best GMs in sport, I can't, it's hard. See, football is hard because they don't really make too many trades but into the draft. Baseball, I don't know. I think GMs, not that, but I just think with these GMs, I don't be knowing what a lot of them think. Detroit need LaMelo. LaMelo could save that franchise. They need LaMelo. I said that. Detroit need LaMelo. They need a fresh air. And because they can't get rid of Blake Griffin. That's why they need that amnesty rule. Like you said NFL, you could be right. That I can't really answer. NFL got good GM. Because you look at some of the guys, these basketball teams, they're making their choices. I'm like, how? How? And then they make mistake after mistake. Like, let's say this. When Chandler Parsons played with Houston, he got hurt. He kept getting hurt, right? He became a free agent. Dallas gives him $45 million. $15 million per. Like, I'm scratching my head. Like, what did he stay hurt? And he ain't hardly play in Dallas. He only played he played like 3 years. He didn't even play that much. You know what I'm saying? So now Dallas paid him $45 million. He stayed hurt in the whole 2 to 3 years he's in Dallas. I don't think he played more than 30 games. I could look Chandler Parsons up, or one of y'all could probably look it up. I know he didn't play that many games in Dallas. What Memphis do? Pay him $96 million. How? That's what I'm saying. This is mind-boggling. He stayed hurt in Dallas. Chandler Parsons stayed hurt in Dallas and Minnesota. And when he did play, it's not like he was killing. Then Minnesota turn around and give him damn near $100 million. That's why I said these GMs, these guys be. I just can't think of it. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna get to your question, Eric, about Danny Ainge overrated. I don't think Danny Ainge is he overrated? Let me see, because they always talk about him. I could say he probably over. I think he's a good GM though. Danny Ainge a good GM, but I just think he's a tad bit overrated because he did nothing. All the draft picks he had, it really didn't turn into nothing. He drafted 3 guys this year in the first round. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't get the point of that. But what I was saying, like Elton Brand. This is why I say Elton Brand is a bad GM. I could say you're a bad GM. I'll take that back. I could say Elton Brand a bad GM. But how can you trade a number 1 pick, 21 years old, and a Markelle Fultz for Jonathan Simmons? How? And it's not like he was hurt. It's not like he was hurt. How do you trade him? How you made that trade? You should have just kept him or put him into a bigger trade. Think like this. Philly had Nerlens Noel, Okafor, and Markelle Fultz. They got nothing for them guys. But then you turn around and pay. You rush and trade Markelle Fultz because you listen to the media. This is why at first I was giving Elton Brand props when he got Jimmy Butler and he got Tobias Harris. But then he made me reverse and made me think, you crazy with Markelle Fultz. You give up on the play. Markelle Fultz, young as hell. A first pick. It's not like he was hurt. You worry about his shoot mechanics, his confidence. And he on a cheap contract. It's not like he's making buku money and like he wasting space. He would have had to sit long. I'm not giving to Jonathan Simmons. Like, come on, man. I wanted that was just I don't get that one. D'Angelo Russell was good. How you doing? How you doing, D'Angelo Russell in the building? Danny Ainge never cashed in. I agree. He never cashed in on them draft picks. He never cashed in. I agree with you on that. Then it's a dick for what he did to Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, that was crazy. Exactly. Jose said, I'd just put him in the G League. But I just don't get it. I don't understand. That trade did. Yeah, Okafor got nothing for Okafor. He's the 3rd pick. And mind you, these guys, let me tell you how young these guys still is. Okafor would have been just up for his free agent deal right now. That's how young these guys, they got rid of the guys way before their contract was over. You got Nerlens Noel. He was the 6th pick. They just got rid of guys. It didn't make no sense. Philly's supposed to have been. They did all that tanking, and only thing they really got to show for it is to be in Simmons. A B in Simmons is the only thing Philly got to show for all that tanking they did. All them years. You had Nerlens Noel was a good player. Okay, you want to move him. You should have got something a little better. Okafor, okay, you had another center. You could have. I would have made it. Oh man, I don't get it. And a lot of these GMs and stuff getting rid of these young players too fast, not getting equal value. Even the Lakers didn't get equal value for D'Angelo Russell. How you trade a second pick and Russell's averaging 15 and 6 with the Lakers, hitting clutch points. You know, I understand he did with the locker room with the Nick Young situation, but still, all you got was a 28th pick and Brook Lopez, a guy who's going to be a free agent. You got Brook Lopez going to be free. Yeah, they did cause that. You're right. Mitch and Jim caused that because they had to get rid of Mozgov. You know what I mean? They had to get rid of Mozgov, so they had to throw him in. But I still would have got more than that. D'Angelo Russell was 21 years old. And it's not like he was a bum. He was playing good. 15, and he's getting better. 15, 6, but he was clutch. Outside shooting, got good size for a guard. You're not going to give me a Brook Lopez who's going to be a free agent. And then that year, the Lakers had a bad team. So it's not like you got a Brook Lopez, you're bringing a veteran in and he's going to produce for you. You just bring the veteran in just to bring a guy in to fill up for the cap space. Then the 28th pick, people keep saying, "Oh, it's cool." The Lakers already had a pick. Yeah, I hated that trade so much, and that's why I said it caused effect now because now we had to get it killed us. That's what I'm saying. These teams, that's what I said. These GMs make mistake after mistake. Like that Mozgov and Lilo Ading signing was crazy. I'm not signing these guys. Brett Brown is trash. They should have got rid of him. I knew he couldn't coach that year they played Boston. That was Tatum's first year, rookie year. I said, oh, he cannot coach. He had Tatum and Brown was playing good. And you know he had on Tatum and Brown guarding him? He had JJ Redick guarding Brown, and he had Marco Bellinelli guarding Tatum. How? And they cooked him. And he had Robert Covington sitting there and put him in. Even though Covington was having a bad shooting night, I can remember that lineup Philly had like yesterday. He had Ben Simmons, that series. Ben Simmons, JJ Redick, Marco Bellinelli, Usman Ilyasova, and Embiid. And when Ilyasova wasn't in there, Darius Saric. One of those two, they was like kind of rotating. Bellinelli hit a big shot, but still. To me, if I'm the Knicks, I think kicking Kenny Atkinson would be a good choice. Mark Jackson. I know Knicks shouldn't get no Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau, let me tell you this. Tom Thibodeau, to me, if I'm any team, I'm going to get him. There's no way he destroyed. Look at all his guys he had on his team. None of them went, all of careers went like this. Luol Deng, all the minutes, Tom Thibodeau played guys too many minutes. He destroyed Luol Deng. Luol Deng, once he's 29, he was washed up at 29, Luol Deng. Noah was like washed up at 28, 29. Yeah, he's a throwback coach. He's good for like back then. Taj Gibson, and he's a role player, and he shot his low early. Derrick Rose. The only thing saved Jimmy Butler, he was getting minutes in the beginning. He got good late, and then they shipped him off. He practiced hard. That mentally always everything hard, run. It's not working. He had Derrick Rose. How you be up 20-something points in the playoffs and have your best player, MVP, the MVP of the league, and we're under 2 minutes? How? Oh yeah, Lakers had Lonzo, yeah, Ingram, Randall, yeah, Zubac, Nance, Jordan Clarkson, like you said, Thomas Bryant, Josh Hart, you got Jordan Clarkson. Shit. I would have loved to be in that position. Right there on players, I would have gave some good contract. If I would have had to trade them off, you know how I could have the Lakers, to be honest, the Lakers would have been in a position to have a super duper dynasty right now. No, we ain't had to pay all them guys, Jose, but think like this, right? Lakers got LeBron last year, right? Jordan Clarkson's still in the contract, $12 million. That's nothing, right? Nance, no way in the world you paid Nance that money Cleveland gave him. No way. He behind Julius Randle. No way. Julius Randle only got $9 million from New Orleans, right? He only got $9 million from New Orleans. Now Lonzo up next year, so we ain't worried about Lonzo. Russell just got his money this year, right? So they still in good position. You see what I'm saying? A lot of them guys wasn't up. Like, Ingram is up now. Lonzo up next year. But I'm just saying, okay, now you have all them guys with Thomas Bryant and all of them. We trade to New Orleans. We still would have had a lot of young guys left where we could have made another trade. Magic ain't know what he was doing. Exactly. Magic ain't know what he was doing. They could have, all them young guys there, they could have set themselves up. We could have got two other all-stars. They only got one all-star now. They empty. The Lakers empty their whole tank. You let Julius Randle walk. Jordan Clarkson walk. You know what I'm saying? Zubac walk. D'Angelo Russell, you got, to me, that value a late 28th pick in that. Like I said, Kuzma, Lakers had 2 picks already. Lakers had a pick already, so Lakers could have Kuzma with that pick. You have players that just left and we got nothing for. We could have had some of the players to use it on other deals. Oh, Lonzo playing his ass off in New Orleans. I like that Lonzo right now. I just hope he come back and play good too. Nah, that wasn't happening. I think Russell would have worked real good. I think that'll work. The key, what you said, Eric, Magic ain't know what he was doing. Magic, let me tell you how Magic is. Magic is like a fan. Let me tell you how Magic is. Magic, Stephen A. Smith is like the same. When you running the team, when the players have bad games, you can't just run, trade him. That's how Magic is. The Lakers played last year. When did he called meeting with Luke Walton? That had to be like, I think Magic, that meeting with Luke Walton, and they said Luke Walton's job was in jeopardy. That had to be after like 5-6 games. That was ridiculous. And we was over 500. I think we were, because we lost the first game to Portland. And we lost our first 2 games, then we started winning. We was maybe like 4-3, some shit like that. And he like, I'm not happy. He called the meeting. Magic, he operated like a fan. Like, oh man, like how fans, the average fans think. So when the player you don't just trade players just to trade them. Magic had that type mentality. Like Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith quick to call, oh, this guy's a bum. Get rid of him. Get rid of everything. It's not that simple. He had Magic needs that for what he did. Yeah. Pelinka is more calculated, more smart, and more details. He said Magic needs ass whoop. Yeah. They won the Christmas game, Golden State that year, and we was in 4th place. But you can't operate like that. Magic jumped the gun way too early on the deals. Because that year Magic came, we wasn't in the play for free agency that year. And they even said it. We were trying to get cap space for 2017, the year we got LeBron. 2016, when Magic came, we didn't need to rush and do that. When you got young, I always tell people this. When you got young players on a rookie deal, it's not hard getting rid of them. It's not hard. It's not hard. You could get a young player on a rookie deal, you can get rid of them. So there's no rush to do it. You don't even rush to trade a guy. He got a big contract. You need to hurt and get rid of it. You see Jordan Clarkson at that $12 million, that wasn't a big salary like that. That was no burden. It's not like you had a big salary like that. And like, oh, I had to rush and do it. That Jordan, like we had good salaries. Yeah, he messed up a dynasty. He did, and I tell people that. The Lakers was in position to get have a dynasty. Really, Mitch and Jim messed it up. Because bottom that salary, it was hard for the Lakers to really do things with them two guys on the contract. It was really hard. And they gave them dudes 4-year deals. That really killed the Lakers. Yeah. Clarkson could have been traded. It was no rush. It was no rush because we wasn't in the free agent thing in 2016. We had an eyesight on 17 and 18. Or 18, I can't remember. I might have the years mixed up, but the year Magic came, we drafted Ingram that year. That was 16. That was 16. Yeah, it was 16. We wasn't in it for free agent that summer. So why you had to unload like crazy? You got rid of Lou Williams quick. Lou Williams for Corey Brewer. Lou Williams had $7 million contract and a first round pick. He was just dumping. Magic was going there dumping like a motherfucker. Then he got mad when Mitch and Jim didn't want to trade Ingram for DeMarcus Cousins. Y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that when Magic got mad and he got fired? Mitch got fired. Because when Vlade and Magic, then another thing, Magic went on air with that. This is why Magic was a bad president. Vlade Divac with the Lakers offered D'Angelo Russell and I think Russell Nance and somebody who we had like a big Mozgov a thing or one of them. That's what it was. It was Mozgov, Nance, and D'Angelo Russell for it was Mozgov, D'Angelo Russell, and Larry Nance for DeMarcus Cousins. Sacramento said no, we want Ingram. The Lakers like, we're not getting rid of Ingram. Mitch and didn't tell Jeannie and Magic. Remember, Magic was the consultant at the time. Magic was the consultant, and Jeannie was on the team. So the call reached Mitch and Jim, and they never. Because see, the thing was, they supposed that when they brought Magic on, the key was they was gonna have clear communication. They're like, we're gonna be united at one. We're gonna have clear communication. But Mitch and Jim didn't do that. So when the calls came in with the DeMarcus Cousins, they never reported it back to Jeannie and Magic to say, hey, we offer you this and that. So when they declined the deal, when Sacramento declined it, they didn't want Russell and, which I don't understand. They would have been better off with that. Russell, Nance, and Mozgov better than the Buddy Hield deal. So they said no, they wanted Ingram. And the minute the trade got public and it came back, Magic like, you won't trade Cousins for he said, yo, you supposed to do that. Magic when public said that was crazy that they didn't the Lakers could have had an all-star. Even when DeMarcus Cousins killed in New Orleans. He said, oh, I keep, Magic's like, oh, like he should have been a Laker. Y'all remember that? Yeah, Vlade took a laser deal. Because what happened was Vlade and Magic cool. So Vlade told, oh, I just want an Ingram. Do I have an Instagram? The Beat 139. I'll put it right here. This is my Instagram. This is the Instagram and the my podcast. It's Instagram right here. Wow, your fans say move up in 37 years. That's true. The Lakers moved up every year for the past 3 years. We got lucky. And then what made it lucky, because we almost got killed in that Steve Nash deal. That Steve Nash deal came back and almost haunt the Lakers. But it was crazy. We kept moving up. The Lakers kept moving up. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, but see, that is the problem. These GMs and stuff, some people be in their feelings, and some people, you can't operate a GM like you in the streets. That's how Magic do. You have 3 back games, trade them. Magic was open. Oh, they got everybody for DeMarcus, for Anthony Davis. You have to be strategic. You have to show that your players have some value. Even though we know that, hey, you see how clever Jerry West was? Jerry West, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you guys age or anything like that. But Jerry West was so smart. The player Jerry West wanted, he never talked about him. Jerry West used to be looking at, and people, Jerry West had a reputation for knowing talent. So the guys he really want, he paid them no attention. So he'd show other guys a little attention, and they'd be like, oh, he must be interested in them in the pre-draft workouts. And he fooled a lot of people. Yeah, he do, because we don't, the Lakers era, I agree with Mississippi said. The Lakers room for error, they got to nail a draft pick. And the good thing about the draft this year, I think even second rounders, a lot of people going to benefit this year. A lot of people in the draft who's picking late going to benefit through the COVID-19. Reason why I say that was, think about this. Every year, it's always guys who played in a tournament, work themselves up into the lottery. It's guys that play in the Chicago pre-draft camp, work their way up to the draft. Look, for instance, what's the name killed? Damian Lillard. He won with a 6th pick. 2 months prior, nobody never heard it. Damian Lillard they just had him going like 36 in the mock draft until he started killing, and he in them camps. Paul George the same way, became the 10th pick. Who will be still in the draft this year? I like the dude, Kyrie Lewis. I like him. I like who else I like? Let me see, the guy I like. Let me see. Kyrie Lewis, I think gonna be good though. Oh yeah, I like Jalen Smith from Maryland. I like him. I like the Ramsey. I started doing a lot of scouting for the draft lately. Obi, yeah, but Obi, I don't think he is still because he gonna be top 5. Halliburton going early though. Kyrie, Halliburton going top 10. So if you said still, I thought you meant like far as like later picks. Imagine. Jose put me up on Ramsey. I didn't really know much about Ramsey. But like a lot of teams by being no pre-draft, no March Madness, by being no March Madness and no pre-draft camps, now this is per eye test. A lot of people gonna miss on some players, and it's gonna be right there. If you got good scouting, this is the year. Even a late pick like the Lakers gotta take this pick serious. You cannot just buy, oh, it's just a draft pick. Like Mississippi said, you gotta be like a Sam Presti. Sam Presti is a beast in drafting. You see his record? His joint. Look at the guys he picked, all of them still in the league that he drafted. We don't need to go like Kevin Durant. I ain't gonna talk about those guys. Even guys like he drafted Andre Roberson. He's an excellent defender. Not that he's that Steven Adams, Jeremy Lamb, Reggie Jackson. Paul Reed and Malachi Flint. Who you like them for your team, Phoenix? Oh, when I'm talking about Kyrie and KD. Oh, we talked about them earlier, but if you want to open the question up, what you want me to say about them, we was on. I've been on like over 2 hours now, but we've been talked about Kyrie and Kevin Durant. I said they're gonna come back, and we talked about a lot about the Nets. You know, we talked about because there's another Brooklyn fan up here too. So we talked a lot about Kyrie and Durant. I said they're coming back. Don't listen to the media. One thing you know, Kevin Durant don't fuck with the media. So don't even the media say 100%. You think Kevin Durant, if you know Kevin Durant and you follow him, he don't rock with the media. Kevin Durant is coming back, man. He was cleared since February. He's good. It'd be 14 months. He don't want to wait. They got opportunity right now. They sitting in a good spot to play Toronto. You said who I know for sure? See, my thing is this. I can never sit there and say 100%. It's like they can't sit there and say 100%. Because people could change their mind, anything. But like I said, a reliable source. I tried to say too much. I'm from New York City. I'm going to introduce myself, right? I'm from New York City. I know someone been working. He worked for the NBA with Adam Silver in the NBA office for years. You know what I'm saying? Well connected. We grew up together. Well connected. He went the other way. I mean, I went the other way. He went this way, and he landed where he doing. Right? I wouldn't have rushed. It didn't benefit me, and I knew it wasn't. Any of these guys, Jose, any of these guys who watch and see you later, all these guys who's on here who watch me, no, I don't care about like the numbers. Like, oh, I need to get this many views, this, that, and third. I love doing this live. Like, this live is entertaining. My live always like this. Different amount of people come on there and we go back and forth. Steve can see. Steve been on this live. Steve, how you like this live so far? How you like this live? So this live, I'm good with this live right here. I'm not one of these YouTube guys trying to get rich off this. I'm not even monetized. I'm not trying to get rich. So I'm not just going to run and throw a story. I heard the story and I rushed and wanted to tell it. I want to be the first one to say it. It don't benefit me rushing to say that this for Kevin Durant. The views, I don't care. I don't even really do the uploads. If you look at my page, I only did the uploads for a little while. I like the live because I could talk back and forth with you guys like this. And I heard he's coming back. Scott's Honor was good. They come. If you know Kyrie is. I mean, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant don't rock with the media. They coming back. I'm standing on that. And the only reason John Wall, he's come back, the only reason I ain't is too confident on my opinion on John Wall, I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. I did an interview with he grew up on my block. Y'all could go check it. Y'all know Chris Miles from NBA TV? Y'all ever heard of him? The black guy, Chris Miles on NBA TV? I did an interview with him. Go on the Beat 139. Yeah, go on the Beat 139. I did an interview with him. It was bad audio. He gonna come to the studio. We gonna do a better joint. But he's from my block, and he grew up on my block. He's younger than me. But Kevin Durant, in his canon, like I said, I just don't. These guys, I'm telling you, they gonna watch. You gonna see. You gonna see. You starting to see Kevin Durant and all these new videos and shit. Kevin Durant, this thing like this. Adrian Peterson, football, 6 months from Achilles. Kobe came back 9 months. DeMarcus Cousins was coming back at 10 months. He's gonna be at 14 months. Kevin Durant gonna be at 14 months. He like his logic. What's the sense? And not what's the sense, but the difference of I know it's different. You heal, and I think 6 months with the Achilles, 5 months. I think it's like thing, but you still have to work on it. I'm not no doctor, so I don't know. But he could say he don't feel ready. He might not be ready right this minute. I don't know. Peterson injury was ACL. Yeah, Peterson came back. Yeah, ACL was 6 months. But ACLs used to be, you're right, but ACL used to be a whole year. Think about this out, Scott's honor. ACLs back then, if you remember ACLs, it take you about the whole season. Now ACLs don't. Unless you start playing and they might feel it ain't worth bringing you back. But ACLs, I remember ACLs were like the death sentence. Like, oh man, the tore ACL, you out for the year. Now people be coming back ACLs. A doctor was on, y'all go check out Laker Nation with Trevor Lane. I watched Laker Nation, right, with Trevor Lane. He had a doctor on it. The doctor broke it down like the injuries, like how long the time frame these injuries be. That's it. Like I said, I would never, D'Angelo Russell, I would never bet in the house or say this now. But I'm still going to stand by that to Kevin Durant. Yeah, it takes a while, but you still can play. Yeah, that's crazy. That's just them vaccines. You gotta be careful. As I said, this world's wicked. This world, like, it's crazy. Yo, Russell is funny. Russell said, "Is I'm 100% sure on my word though." Russell, you must got a bet. Tell me, you locked in. I think Russell must have a bet with somebody or about to bet the bookie. Look at, for instance, look at Vegas. Look at Vegas on the Nets odds this year, and look at this month recently, and look at Vegas odds before the Corona 19. Go look at that. Oh, you got to bet? Yeah, but you don't have to like nothing. Like I said, Deion Wade's gonna ball out. Nothing is guaranteed. But go to Vegas right now. Go Vegas and look at the Nets odds right now. And look at their odds before the Corona 19. Go on your phone right now, look at the Nets odds. Those like little signs right there. And I said this right before the Vegas odds came. When I came out with that report, Vegas odds came right after me. You seen it, right? So think like this. Vegas, they always in the loop. I've said this before. That's why I rush home. I don't even do uploads like that. I rush to do the upload because I want to be the one to break the story, right? Right after that, the next day, Vegas. Why would Vegas change the Nets odds like that? Why would they change Brooklyn odds like that? Scott's honor, you got a YouTube. I follow you. I'm subscribed to your channel too. You have a you still have your YouTube channel? Yeah, you could think about that, Russell. It's a lot. Your name don't pop up on my I ain't see your channel in a while. I remember I used to watch you. You've been around for a while. Like y'all go subscribe to Scott's Honor channel, right? I'm gonna go back how what made me start a channel, right? So he had a channel. Who else had a channel? Mike, y'all watch Mike Talk LA? It was Scott's Honor, Mike Talk LA, um, Irving. I forgot the other guy name. He was Eddie Starr, something like that. So I start like cycling him on board the Lakers stuff. Scott, I think you're a Boston fan, right? You're a Celtic. The first thing I know is Celtics, and you the only one responded to my comment. That's always like when I used to watch these guys' channel and they say something, they wasn't live, they was uploading. Everybody would say, yo, leave a comment, I'll respond to your comment. That's like the normal thing to say, but a lot of times, a lot of guys don't respond to your comment. So I'm telling you the reason why I got a YouTube channel. Because I love basketball. So I used to go say something referring to what the guy said. And then he said, I remember we went back and forth about the Celtics one time. And I remember we went back and forth with the Celtics. I think are you a Celtic fan? You a Celtics fan, Scott? Because I remember we went back and forth. Yeah, I remember. We went back and forth about the Celtics. And you're the only one respond to my comment. I should go on Mike Talk LA always. He never respond. A lot of these guys ain't respond to the comments. They're probably sometimes, I think Irving, he liked a couple times. I like Irving. He cool. Man, once I got my channel, he used to show support. So that's why I do what I do. That's why I like the live where I do it different. I just don't talk in just the show and y'all just comment. I like to go back and forth, and the topic could change, vary. So when D'Angelo Russell came on board and he said, talk about Kyrie, you could always see how you just shift the conversation back to Kyrie and Kevin Durant, even though we talked about that earlier. So I like to do things a little different. But nobody could say, like I said, nobody could say, if you don't want to bet, whoever you trying to bet, don't bet. You got 2 months to see. You got to August because yeah, I remember. Yeah, we went back and forth over the Celtics. I'm gonna check when the last time you upload a video? Because I don't get no notifications no more. I used to get the notification all the time. Yeah, but like I said, I think them guys come back and they feel they better than a lot of teams. You said you kind of. I don't get that. Yo, Russell is funny as shit. Yeah, I don't really get that, Scott Turner. Can you elaborate, Scott? Scout? Yo, Russell, you funny. Russell's just like, is they coming back? You said you don't. Scott said, I don't like all black NBA players hating on white players so much, so I push back hard. What black players hate on white players? This is a good topic right here. We definitely could talk. We got 10 people on here. I'm pretty sure a lot of people be interested in that, Scott. You said you don't like the black NBA players that be hating on white players so much, and you push back hard. What black players you see hating on white players? Oh, so you saying black players hate on white people, not players? I have to check your I don't think. See, I don't know exactly where what you I don't know exactly what you saying when you saying hating on white people. I don't think black players. You said black people hating on white people. I think what they trying to say is they tired of what's going on, the situation with George Floyd and things like that, and stuff like, it just. I think it is, like, for instance, you had the young lady said LeBron should just shut up and dribble, right? And like his opinion don't matter, but Drew Brees gave his opinion, and she said it's wrong for people, say anything about Drew Brees, but she ain't tell Drew Brees to shut up and throw a football. See, that's the stuff where the problem, I think, is lies at. Yeah, rapid on. She ordered it for y'all. Come on. Come here. She ordered the movie. Oh, variously. Yeah, the announcer. Just that. It's just more of an understanding. I think black people just tired of, not the fair opportunity. I don't think that. I'm not saying black people can't be racist. I can't. I'm not gonna say that. But I think it's more of that situation. Now I don't think you see everybody forgave Drew Brees, so you can't say that black people. What I know about black people, very forgiving, very forgiving. His teammates, everybody forgave him. Less than 24 hours, they forgave him. So that do stand for something, because he said something at this guy got killed on camera. This guy had his knee in his throat. He said Drew Brees got crucified for what he was talking about. Yeah, because he seemed insensitive of the situation. Now, even Drew Brees apologized. Reason why that happened, because if Drew Brees would have even mentioned, if he'd have said all that about the flag and then gave his feelings on George Floyd and said that's wrong what the cops did, the cops should have got convicted for what they did to this guy. The cops, I don't condone it. It would have been an issue. He just stood on the flag and didn't mention nothing about what happened to George Floyd. That's why it came out that way. And he even said it. He said, had I even spoke on what was really on my heart about the situation. You say he got forced to apologize? So so when you say you push back hard on your channel, which you went live and I respect your honesty though. I really respect your honesty right now, Scott Tana. I respect it. What you where you from? You from Boston? What's your it got quiet. Laker hype, what's good? We getting it in. Glad you stopped through. But right now, what we talking about? Scott's Honor. He has a YouTube page. He do good work, and right now we touch on a situation. He feel a way about black people. Situation about he said hating on white people. So we basically getting on that right this minute. You said people scared of KD. Michael, what's good, Michael? You said people hating on KD winning a ring this year. I don't think he's gonna win this year. I don't think he'd be 100%. I mean, not 100%, but he's it got to get some rust. It's gonna take him a little minute to get back to the old KD. It's gonna take him a minute to get back to the old KD. He said LeBron praying that KD. LeBron didn't think about KD. I think LeBron worried about more with the Clippers than KD. I definitely think that. I don't see them going past Milwaukee, but anything could happen. But I definitely think they'd be Toronto with KD and Kyrie. They'd be Toronto. But Milwaukee, I don't see it. 2-1 what? Yeah. LeBron not worried about Brooklyn. Like I said, if he gonna think about anybody, it's about Kawhi. It's about the Clippers. And nobody saw Kyrie with Brooklyn right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. He 2-1 on Braun. He beat Braun twice in the finals. I'm a Laker fan. You know, I'm first and foremost. I'm a diehard Laker fan. Who your team, Michael? Who your team? He did have a bomb. Who your team, Michael? Are you a KD fan? Erickson not worried about load management. Are you a Nets? Yo, we getting a lot of Nets fan tonight. Yo, we got D'Angelo Russell came through. We had Devin, Michael. We had like four Nets fans tonight. We got the Phoenix fans. We had new fans that haven't been. It's just strictly Lakers and Detroit. We have my man Banks with Detroit and all Laker fans. We have four Nets fans. I guess because KD name on the title. You subscribe to my channel, Michael? We need you to subscribe because I go live and we go back and forth. This way you get the notifications. I have no set time. I just pop up. Yeah, we had a lot of Nets fans on the night, boy. D'Angelo Russell was funny as shit. He kept saying, "So are you sure? Like, where you about to put your money at? You won't come try to kill me if it don't work." He kept saying, "Yo, you sure KD coming back?" Yo, he ain't say nothing. Everything he said was about KD coming back. That's why I said, "Yo, you got money on this? You won't kill me if it backfire." Like I said, I could never say because I'm not him. I'm just going by what I heard, and I'm just going to stick with it. Are you from the D and you're a Nets fan? Okay, we got somebody else from Detroit on here. Wow. Hold up. You was a Lake. That's odd. You was a Laker fan, and then you moved to Phoenix, became a Phoenix fan? I already can tell you, watch this, Steve. I already know when you became a Phoenix fan. You must have moved to LA when Nash and was with Phoenix that year. When Phoenix was good, because young kids ain't gonna like no bum team. So you went with his Nash, Stoudemire, Sean Marion, Joe Johnson. 89. You was a Phoenix fan in 89? You left the Lakers in 89 when the Lakers had Kareem and Magic to become a Phoenix fan? Wow. This because you moved? This is an interesting story. So, Steve, you mean to tell me you was a Laker fan with Magic, Kareem, Worthy. This because you moved 6 hours away to Phoenix. Oh, you confused me. All right, you grew up in North Dakota. Okay, so you're a true KD fan, Michael. Okay, I respect that. All right, so you grew up, so you was a Laker fan in 80, if I'm correct, you was a Laker fan in 88, 89. The world champs, we lost to Detroit 89. You're a diehard Laker fan. Magic, Kareem, Worthy and them. You moved to Phoenix in 89. 80, what makes you come a Phoenix fan in 89? I thought you was more in the era with Nash, Stoudemire. That's interesting, Steve. Yeah, but what makes you just because you moved from North Dakota to Phoenix? Brooklyn in the house. I'm from New York. I'm from Harlem. And I've been a Laker fan forever. So, like I said, I don't live in Los Angeles, but I'm a Laker fan. You can put me anywhere across, I'm still going to be a Laker fan. You said it took a year? Okay, if you don't mind me asking, how old was you? So became a Phoenix fan in 90, I'm assuming. Because you said it took a year. You moved to Phoenix in 89. So in 90, you was a Phoenix fan. You said it's important to support your home team. Yeah, but you ain't from, you're not from Phoenix, so I guess it's still a little different. Cause see that I'm from New York, right? And I think even let's say if I left New York at 16, 17. And I moved to Milwaukee, right? And let's say if I was a Knicks fan, just because I moved to Milwaukee, that means I have to be a Bucks fan, and that don't mean I identify Milwaukee as my home team because I'm not from Milwaukee. I'm 16 years old and I'm in Milwaukee. You see what I'm saying? The Knicks is my home team. So like you're right, because a lot of people, even when I was younger, people used to be like the older people, like, how you go with the Lakers and you from New York? I just liked the Lakers. But it is important to vote for your home team. But so I'm gonna ask you this question, Steve. If you was to move right now, let's say you move to Dallas, would you become a Dallas Mavericks fan? You said not anymore. How many rings do KD need to pass in LeBron? I don't know if it's just rings. If he be dominant, it's possible. I don't know if it's gonna be just a ring thing because if he have one more ring more than that means he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be a doesn't necessarily passing. We got another net. Jalen was good. We got another Nets fan. The Nets taking over my Lakers. My Laker fan, where y'all at, man? Y'all getting quiet. Brooklyn said, "What's up, Jalen?" Nets is in the building tonight. I like this. Y'all need to subscribe to my channel. Y'all need to show some love. Brooklyn is deep. A lot of Brooklyn fans. AW was good. Kobe, your favorite player of all time. Yeah, it's a Nets chat now. They took over. D'Angelo Russell said, "What's up?" The Nets take over. Yo, where my Laker fans at? Yo, the Nets taking over, man. The Nets is taking over the channel right now. Brooklyn, y'all know how Brooklyn do. They converted. Yeah, I like that. Yo, I want y'all Nets fans. Y'all see what Steve just said? I need y'all to respond to Steve. Steve said they converted. How long y'all been Nets fans? That's a question. Please, Brooklyn, answer that. How long y'all been Nets fans? Y'all heard what Steve said. I want to know right now, how long y'all been the Nets? How long y'all been with Brooklyn? I'm not really a Laker fan. I'm a Kobe fan. I'm a diehard Laker fan. Yeah, I know y'all in here. I see that Brooklyn Nets. Y'all in there. But I want to know how long y'all been Nets fans. Because Steve said y'all been converted. All right. Jalen said 2012. So that's what like Joe Johnson, Darren Williams, Brooke Lopez. Brooklyn Nets said 2000. See, I like that. Michael keeping it real. Michael said, I'm a KD fan. So Jalen said 2012. So Jalen, who you like before the Nets? 2012 was recent. Who was your team before the Nets? In Brooklyn, 2000. D'Angelo Russell said 02, 03. So you was like, I guess so you was with the Jason Kidd era. Vince Carter, Jason Kidd. So who you was like, maybe y'all young, maybe, I don't know y'all age, but who was your team before? Because that's kind of recent, especially Jalen 2012. Who was your team before that? Or that always, y'all was maybe 12 years old at that time. Michael said he's 38, but he a KD fan. Michael KD fan, so he he kept it 100. Oh, you got into basketball 2011. That's fair. So 2012, you became a Nets fan. So what makes you come a Nets fan? Where you from, Jalen? What makes you come a Nets fan? Because the Nets just moved from Jersey. They should be in Jersey. Nah, we need Braun to win that AW. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, Jalen from Jersey. Okay, I get that. For KD's a Kobe and Jordan. Oh, you didn't mind that anymore? I used to like to go out to Jersey to their games. I ain't gonna lie. I used to like to go to the Nets games. Jersey. They tickets was much cheaper than Knicks games. I used to take that little ride. I used to like going to the Nets game. But Brooklyn is dope. A lot of people in Jersey still got that connection to the Nets though. Nets coming for the title. I'm ready. I'm ready, Brooklyn. Huh? For what? What happened? Come here. Don't listen. Come here. Don't sit there and say that, then walk away. What's the problem? Because first I asked him. Who's him? Who's him? First I asked Mikey, do you want to sing at the end? And he said no. And then I said, do you want to sleep on the floor? And then he said no. And then when he went downstairs, he went to go ask the girl, but she was asleep. And then he said, oh, you didn't even offer me to sleep on the bed. But I did. Right before that, and now he's mad, and then he just hit me in the eye. Wait, come here. Let me see. What did he do? Stay right there. You don't get my camera. So what did he do? Tell me what he did. Well, he kept on throwing that pillow, and it ended up in my eye. What, the pillow hit it? Mm-hmm. What did you do? What I did when I did, and I yelled at him, and then I kicked him, and I went out. And he said, "Oh, your pillow didn't even hit your eye." Who was in the living room? Therese. And I was gonna sleep in there, but no TV in there. I bet that this I bet that in a minute. She sleep? Yeah. It said, let's come from the title. I'm ready, Brooklyn. I'm ready. Tickets not gonna be cheap. Yeah, not cheap no more. I agree with you, Russell. Tickets not cheap no more. I agree. Are you a Larry Johnson fan? Teach y'all parenting? I wish this dream drive me crazy. Now I'm in New York. I live in New York. I live in Harlem. I have a podcast called The Beat 139. I put it there. I'd love for you guys to subscribe that. We interview a lot of different people, upcoming people. We had like Rod Strickland. We had like a lot of different people on there. It could be a basketball player, it could be a singer. We have a lot of different people up there. It's the podcast right there. I appreciate you guys subscribe to that. Go check it out. Okay, he's a beast. You like New York? Where you went at, Steve? What part of New York you went to? Phoenix be baking hot. Oh my God. But they got some nice houses out there in Phoenix. Oh, you're to Manhattan. Okay, you close by me. My borough is Manhattan, but Harlem, yeah. How long you stay? Yeah, New York is nice. It's nice in the summer. I always recommend people come in the summertime. People like, I want to come to New York. I'm like, don't come in the winter. Coming to summer. Coming to spring from May to September. Oh, in the order? Oh man, this is tough. Top 3 New York point guards. Hmm. Rod Strickland. Stephon Marbury, and Kenny Anderson. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was nice. New York is beautiful in the summertime. Yeah, Marbury, Strickland, Kenny Anderson. That's my 3 point guards in New York. Yeah, Rod Strickland. Yeah, yeah. I interviewed Rod. Y'all go check that out. I interviewed Rod Strickland. I interviewed Rod Strickland. Rod is cool. I saw him a couple months ago. Yeah, Rod is the man. He go hard. He's quiet assassin. He's a quiet assassin for real. Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Y'all happy KD coming back? He said that's a good question. I can't remember. I forgot what he told me why he went to DePaul too. I forgot, but we hung out a couple times too. I forgot why he went to DePaul. I think it was the coach. It was something he said. I can't remember. It come to me. So some of y'all up there in age, y'all know Rod Strickland. They in good position. The Nets need a power forward. The Nets need a power forward. Let me see what power forward the free agency that they might get if it's no amnesty rule. I wouldn't trade LeVert in them just to trade them. I like them. LeVert and Spencer. Just in case they can't get Grant. You know what's crazy? Steve's Jeremy Grant stock is going up. Steve said he'd like Phoenix to get Jeremy Grant. That'd be an excellent pickup for Brooklyn. I like that. Ibaka be crazy for Brooklyn. Ibaka, Grant, I like that for Brooklyn. I think Millsap, he on his last legs. But I could see them getting Millsap. Because the money, as far as money wise, because they don't have that much, they don't have no money in their salary cap. Marcus Morris would be good for Brooklyn. Well, Ibaka would be crazy for Brooklyn. You can imagine, oh my God. But I don't think they'll get Ibaka. Ibaka, Bertans, but the thing with Bertans, they're going to pay them. He, and especially now, like before, teams with a lot of players would take discounts. Right now, the problem going to be with this corona and a lot of stuff going on, the way the NBA, then they talk about losing money. I don't see them get Bertans. Bertans gonna get paid by Washington. Washington gonna pay him. He gonna get probably like 13, 14 million. He's gonna get like 13, 14 million. And see, that's why I don't think Brooklyn gonna get Ibaka. Ibaka already like 30 years old. Toronto gonna pay him. Toronto gonna pay him. The side jury is African, and he trying to build something culturally with his peoples. So I think Berton's going to get about. I think I see Washington getting about 13 million. He's not going to take no pay cut just to join the Nets. He's not going to do that. Harry Giles. Harry Giles is a good player. And see, that's the thing. See, I see Jerry Grant in the range, but I think Jerry Grant gonna get paid. I think he'll get. He had 9 last year, and he played this year. He got 9, and mind you, no telling how he gonna play in the playoffs. Now, if he a type player, he always gonna play good. He ain't gonna do nothing great, but I don't think he gonna hurt his stock. Like Jerry Grant is a type player. You know how some people like the players could change things, and if he's healthy, Jerry Grant, I even see him staying the same like the year he had or getting better. Jerry Grant is the type of player, he always going to bring you energy. He'll get you some dunks. He'll knock down some shots. He's not going to hurt his stock as long as he's healthy. He said, who the fuck is Ibaka? You don't know Serge Ibaka? Your favorite? Oh, you come on, you trolling. You trolling. He says favorite player is Yaya. You trolling. Westbrook miss KD? You think Westbrook miss KD? Cole Anthony, I think he'll be a good NBA player. I think Cole Anthony gonna be a good NBA player. He'll be better than his father. I definitely think that. He used to call Russell Westbrook Mr. First Rounder. You think I don't think he's gonna lose to Utah. They had a Bogdanovich. They needed him. They'd have had him would have been much better. I don't think this Houston goes small. I think they needed him that series. I don't think Russ getting out the first round this year. Even though it's not locked in that they playing Utah because we got 8 games left. No telling what's gonna happen. It do. I agree. Westbrook mindset do need to change. I agree with you. His mindset need to change. He called him Mr. First Rounder. That's crazy. All y'all Nets fans, I want y'all this. Would y'all trade Spencer Dinwiddie for Kyle Kuzma? Talk to my Nets fans. Y'all get y'all power forward. Spencer for Kuzma. Y'all Nets fan, would y'all do that? Yeah, Houston gonna be interesting, Steve. How you think y'all gonna do? How you think Phoenix gonna do with this next 8 games? Michael said, "Hell yeah." Brooklyn said, hell no. Spencer Dinwiddie for Kyle Kuzma. I want to hear y'all Brooklyn. D'Angelo said, no. You don't like Kuzma? I think Kuzma fit perfect with the Nets. You got DeAndre Jordan next to him at the center. But at least you get to see your team for 8 games, Steve. That's the good thing about it. You get to see your team for 8 more games. You know what's crazy? I was talking to Pee Wee Kirkland. I'm supposed to be interviewing him soon. Oh, they always talk about Pee Wee. They don't say much about Bernard King. I don't really hear no street ball stuff about Bernard King, but Pee Wee was a legend. Pee Wee was a legend. I think Kuzma would be a better fit with KD than LeBron. Nah, you must not really watch Kuzma like that, Brooklyn. Where my Laker fans at? My Laker fans, y'all need to talk to these Nets fans. Kuzma got good catch and shoot, and he move around the basket. I think Kuzma would be better for KD than LeBron. I think Kuzma, he stretches the floor. He got good size. He's not as physical, but you got DeAndre Jordan there, grabbing everything. Because Spencer comes off your bench once Kyrie come back, because you have LeVert. You're going to have Kyrie at the 1, LeVert at the 2, KD, and let's just say Kuzma and Jordan. Then you got Allen backing up Jordan. Then you have you'll need a backup point guard if you give it to Spence. But then you have Joe Harris. He's not a fit. Okay, I agree with that. That's what you say. You say he's not a fit. Mm. To me, I watch. I could easily see that with them. He don't need to be a facilitator. Why you need Kuzma to be a facilitator? Karis LeVert is he kind of like a facilitator, and you got Kyrie. You don't need 3 facilitators. You're getting a lot of facilitating from your guard position. He said, I want Spence. I like Spence. I think that trade will benefit both teams. Because this way both of them get starters. Because right now, both of them come up the bench. If the Nets full strength and the Lakers full strength, Spencer come up the bench with the Nets, and Kyrie come up the bench with the Lakers. Kuzma come up the bench with the Lakers. They both will start in those places. I don't like Shane Larkin. Too little. It's over for him. Oh, yeah, Felipe. Yeah. I used to watch Felipe all the time. I used to watch Felipe, him, Stephon Marbury, Ray Austin, Gauchos versus Riverside. I used to watch him all the time. Big L, he's from my block. He grew up with me. We grew up in the same block, man. Big L, Hunter Knife and Lennox. And he was a big Felipe fan. He loved the Felipe Lopez. We used to always go to the games. He said he can't come to his team with his hair. I know Karis not a point guard, but what I'm saying is Karis can facilitate something. He got handle. He can create something. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Felipe, he ain't have the heart. And it's crazy. This is how I know I'm a good a good scout. I was like a big Felipe fan, but they played Riverside in the Golden Hoops. I'm watching them. Riverside had a Donald for you. Riverside had a crew. I'm gonna tell y'all who was on Riverside. Riverside had Mark Blunt, who played for the Celtics, a Donald for you. Y'all know Donald for you played with Golden State Warriors. They had Ray Austin. They had Kareem Reed. They had Rich Parker. They had a good team. And Gauchos is Felipe Stephon Marbury, right? Felipe and Steph played on the same team. I've started seeing Felipe Hart that game. I'm like, and I mentioned, and I'll never forget, halftime, I'm like, yo, he seemed a little shaky. And when I went to get something to drink and a hot dog, and the older guy, I don't know if he worked with the Gauchos or not. He said that's his problem. He said less, so I don't know if he was like highly connected with Felipe, and he was just like, he said that's his problem, and he just kept it short. So I don't know if, and I saw that in him, and that just what it turned out to be. Nets is not getting no Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal just said he said he's gonna give his team a chance. He said I got 2 years. He said he got 2 years. Don't get me wrong, Nets has what it takes to get him, but I don't see that happening. He said, I'm gonna give him 2 years. I'm gonna work with them. He said, he's in contact with management. He said they said they're gonna prove their team, and they got things. John Wall come back. Number one, East is not that strong. John Wall come back. Do John Wall, and they make a little smart little moves. Get some guys like if they could get. They need. I'm gonna tell you what Washington need. Like guys who highly talented, but may have some run-ins, and they pick them up and they pop. Like for instance, Jamarcus Cousins, like a minimum contract, like for Cousins. Let's say they just get him like a gamble. That's they need because they only got too much trade powers and things like that. Too many trade chips. So if they get like a DeMarcus Cousins, he end up popping. Who else? Like a free agent. Like the little sneaky little signings. Washington will be all right. Oh yeah, it was standing room only. It was standing room. It was standing room. It was that game was crazy. Riverside beat them. They beat the Gauchos. They beat them. They beat them. And that game, dude, that to me, I ain't gonna lie, that might have been the best like street organized. The reason why I said street organized because they was young high school kids. So I'm gonna say street organized, not like street ball like the Ruckers. That might have been the best game I seen. That game was because that game was official. They had because I'm like, damn, Riverside brought all the guns out. Gauchos. Who else they had? They had Felipe, Stephon Marbury. Who else they had? I'm trying to think of like big name people. They had Gordon Malone. I don't know if y'all know him. He went to West Virginia. They had a lot. Both teams basically went like D1. But all of them ain't play good. Like that, Eric Harris. Eric Harris went to Minnesota, but he came off the bench at Minnesota College. He ain't really do nothing. That like a lot of guys went to like who else there? Gary Saunders. He went to Georgia Tech. You said, why do the repost be on LeBron James so hard? Like he don't know what's wrong. Can you clarify that? Oh, reporters. Oh, okay. I don't know. Reporters is crazy. I one thing about me, and I give this suggestion to you guys. This is what I do. I like watching all the sports shows, right? But at the end of the day, by me watching so much basketball and I love it and I studies it, I have my own opinion on it. I don't take what they say because a lot of times it be debate. Sometimes they got to create stories. See, like when D'Angelo Russell basically like how I know with the Kevin Durant, I don't benefit by a story like that. It's not like I don't. If anybody know, I don't care. Like y'all been watching me. I'm good with this. The lives like this. With them, every day they gotta create that content for the 2, 3, 4 hours, however long they on. They gotta create it. Why do you think they keep saying the same thing over? Oh, LeBron, who? They know they use LeBron name, Skip and Shannon. They go LeBron everything. You got Nick Wright, LeBron, this and that. Who's better? Like they keep saying, they come up every other thing. Who's better, LeBron or Mike? They keep doing, no, he's not because of this and that. They got to keep it up. So like today, they like, oh, KD not coming back. Then you got some people say, oh, he might come back. It brings people to them. They got to always keep things. They could know something and still hold it just to keep a debate going. Because they say Kevin Durant coming back right now, it don't hold as much weight. If you say he's not coming back, and then somebody say he do, and y'all keep coming back and forth, it strengthens the surprise when he do pop out and when he announce it. If he announce it now, way before it's not even good PR to say he coming back right now. You know how dope it'd be if the season start July 31st, and he's just say a couple days before that, he say he's gonna play. Chicago has a lot of LA. LA has a lot of players now too. But Chicago has good players. You from the DC area, AW? Chicago has a lot of nice players. Chicago got a lot of nice players. LA, yeah, Chicago got a lot. They full of them. Okay, yeah, Maryland has the DMV has a lot of good players too. New York strong on point guards. Yeah, God Shamgar was with Gauchos. God Shamgar played with Gauchos that year. Yeah. Yeah, God Shamgar. Yeah, Marbury, Gordon Malone, Felipe. Who else that? See, my era, I came up with Mashburn in them. I just played against Mashburn. I remember Mashburn. Let me tell you a quick story about Mashburn. When we was young, right, and we was kids, Mashburn was so, I mean, garbage. He was always big, but he was like flabby, like chubby. I mean, he was a bum, but he was just a big man. So I got off like the basketball scene for a little while. Like, you know, I was playing like certain tournaments I was going playing, things like that. So, and I'm start like chasing girls at the time. I'm young, but now I'm like getting heavy into girls. And I'll never forget my homeboy. He's like, yo, Jamal, da da da. He a beast. I said, what Jamal? I said, he a bum. Nah, you have to see him. Mashburn, I tell people to this day, I never saw a transformation like that. His team, Mashburn played for the Gauchos. And they used to always put him in, when we was kids, they used to always put him in a post because he's big. They just put him on a post and they just teach him all the time. He'd sit there, he ain't have no game. He was just tall and he's a center. And he tried to shoot. Back up, shoot. Everything was back to the basket, use his weight and lay it up. Everything. So like I said, this is why I said I never seen nothing like this in my life. So like I said, now, let's say 16, I'm 16 now. And 16, now I'm moving around like, you know, girls check me out, like, you know, into girls and shit now. So like I said, I'm playing ball, but not every tournament like I used to play. I play here and there, but I ain't seen Mashburn in a couple years. So my man was telling me, yo, da-da-da, he going to Kentucky. I'm like, whoo. Like I said, I got out the loop, son. And they played on, back then in New York, they still do it. The high school games, like the local high school game came on MSG. Now I'll never forget. I was going out and I was getting dressed. And I had the thing on the TV. And I was just about to leave and go out. And I heard them say his name. His school game on TV. So I said, let me go out. So I sit and I'm dressed and I'm about to go out. Let me check them out. You know, because I know him. I look. They said, oh, he's sensational. Oh, they're going to love him. Oh, he's going to be doing this in college. So now my visualize, like, I think he's like a monster mash. So I'm thinking he's like a gorilla, like world, you know, strong, whatever, dominating. I watched the game. He grabbed the rebound like this. He's like, he hit the dude like the little crossover between his leg and then dipped it in his left. I'm like, what? How? Like, I never saw nothing like that. All they used to teach him, because like I say, he didn't know how to play. They teach him back to the basket move. Like, how he learned that coordinated, he's a run all like that and everything. How the hell he learned that shit that fast? He had all this. Then he caught the ball in the post, did a move, spin. I said, oh man, he's nice. I said, he's a beast. That shit shocked the hell out of me. So I'm like, damn. I said, how the hell he get good like that? I called my man up. I'm like, yo, that shit is crazy. I never saw, I normally you see guys, they play, he's the wing, but how a guy come from being to like a handle and stuff like that? Man, his handle better than mine. I'm trying to get him. He doing a lot of business and stuff right now. He don't even live in New York. Cause Jamal Mashburn's from Harlem. Yeah, I'm definitely want to get him on the show. Even if I could get him through the Instagram Live. But it's crazy how his game developed, man. I never seen nothing like it. Like a guy from like being a big man. I always thought like, okay, if he learned, he always gonna be in a post doing that. How his handle and stuff get like that. That was crazy. That blew my mind right there. I seen guys get better. Okay, he's a guard. Okay, he got a handle now, whatever. But how can y'all can just see him? And I always played against him. I never played with him. Because he played with Gauchos. And when I played for the Gauchos before him, he wasn't on the Gauchos, so I quit. And then I went to the Bucks, TS Bucks. And I played like Young Life. I only played Riverside for a little while and I left. They had a lot of Riverside was stacked all the time. Yeah, Mashburn's underrated. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I used to Kenny Anderson is my era too. Kenny Anderson is my era. Kenny Kenny he turned a lot of people against him once he started thinking like when we was young, he like 2 years older than year or two older than me. So I was like in division up, but a lot of times I was to play up, right? And Kenny, his game, he went to like gauchos. I'm gonna tell you how nice Kenny Anderson was. He was like playing like gauchos and Riverside. Like back then, that's what I said. People was getting paid and like they was looking out for him crazy. He was be like sometimes he'd be in tournaments playing Riverside. Then he'd been tournaments playing with Gauchos because he played Riverside most of his career when we was kids. Then he moved to the Gauchos, and the Gauchos started paying him that paper, giving him that money. He's playing with them. But Kenny started thinking he like better than the guy. I saw him. It's crazy. I saw him in Miami like 2 years ago. He's by himself like this, like on some other shit. I'm like, wow, he used to be a little cocky. He was like, yo, he think he's shit. But Kenny was a beast though. He was a beast. His handle was crazy. We used to have fun like when we was kids playing. Like our team was like so deep. Yeah, we had like Shawnell Scott. He played with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Who else? Malik Sealy, Conrad McCray. That's all. That's all. This would be wars. Yeah, Kenny was a beast. All right, Steve. Thanks, Steve. I see you. Yeah, yo, it used to be wars. It used to be wars. But Kenny was like something different. Like Kenny always had like a jump shot and a handle. But he was like so fucking cocky, like especially at the end. He just be like thinking at one time, like he started thinking he like a little better than niggas. He's like, yo man, I'm going pro. Like he was saying that shit. He been saying that shit like in high school, like especially his senior year. Like you couldn't like he really was on some Hollywood shit. Like he's like a totally different person now. Like he back to reality. I don't know how his money looking, but it's crazy how that shit humbles you. Yeah, Conrad was a beast. Conrad was a beast. Conrad was a aggressive. Him and Malik Silly was like this. Conrad used to get, he always had ups, cock strong, and he dunked everything under there. I thought he was gonna be a little better than pro. His pro, he ain't really. Yeah, R.I.P. Conrad, R.I.P. Malik Silly. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely been fun, man. I definitely appreciate you guys being on here 3 hours and 30 minutes. It was good, drink. It went by fast. AW, you subscribe to me? I need all you guys subscribe to me. I do this live, and we all come on here. We have a good time. Like I said, I answer every comment. So that's how I do it. That's how I like to do it. So I definitely need you guys to subscribe, hit that like button. I appreciate that, Michael. I appreciate my Brooklyn crew, the Brooklyn Nets representing hard. So I definitely need you guys to subscribe to this channel. Also subscribe to the my podcast. I'm gonna be having a lot of more ball players on there. So yeah, Kyrie. Oh yeah, ain't no question about that. I agree with you. Kobe definitely would have won because Kobe was firing in '98, the All-Star game. George Carl, he that's him. He do stuff like that. Who your team, AW? Before I go offline, you never said who was your team. You never said who was your team. I know everybody team. Michael, Brooklyn. Brooklyn represented hard today, man. Who your team, AW? Before I go off air, you probably went off already. Yeah, but hit that notification. The Clippers. Wow. He said next year he probably be on the Nets bandwagon. Oh yeah, you need to come back on this chat, man. Next time we do this, I need to holler at you about that. How are you a Clipper fans now? Then that's definitely a topic for me. I definitely want to see because you kind of knowledgeable. I'm surprised you moving around like that. But definitely appreciate all you guys. You guys showed love today. I ain't even say like one time, and I've been seeing the like going up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody been liking I appreciate this, man. See y'all again. Peace.